Okay, let's see what we doing. All right. Hi, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hi. Hello. Hello, hello. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay. Welcome to my lovely people. Welcome again. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. If you are not, welcome back. Thank God it's May. Yes. I'm just gonna let this one be here. I was like, let me get acquainted real quick. Okay. All right. So, well, if you're here, I'm gonna move this here. Y'all just gonna see a little bit of incense smoke because we clearing out April energy. So we clearing out April energy. Now, again, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiara, the Spiritual Valkyrie with Queens Will Lit Dreams, and I am your psychic transformation specialist, along with other things. So, this reading today is going to be for the month of May. The reading today is for the month of May. We are currently in a Universal 5 month. So if you haven't already seen the yearly forecast that I did for the whole year of 2025, check that out. It's linked in the description box. Also, for the year, we are in a Universal 9 year. So the 9 has been nining. The 9 has been nining. The numbers have been numbering for sure. So if you do want to get a little bit more insight on what the year is looking like for you, check that out because I definitely did. I definitely did spill some tea on there. So who here for the tea? Yes. Hi. How are you? Yes, we spilling tea, and it's actually spirituality. Okay, I always say that spirituality. That's what people actually used to call me back in school because I was always on my spirituality, and I had the tea, and I still got the tea. So we gonna spill the tea right now. Now before we get started, definitely check out the links in my bio or in the description box and in my bio. But the description box, there's links there. I have, if you want a personal reading from me, my sessions are open. I love doing readings with people, and we really go deep into healing. So of course, if you're ready for that, go ahead and click the link in the description box. Get you a psychic transformation session. And then also Dream Warrior Coaching. If you're looking to join the Dream Warrior Coaching community, go ahead and click the link in the description box and learn more about what we're doing, because we're starting that up this month. And I know y'all been dreaming. And if you haven't been dreaming, you want to learn how to dream, go ahead and just like get into it because it's life-changing. It's life-changing. Oh, speaking of life-changing, let's see. I'll get to it in a bit. But let's start off and talk about, said spirituality is the only tea I want. Love you from Sweden, tea. Oh, thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you so much for being here. You know I always support you and you always support me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you. Yay. Okay, so we're going to talk about what's happening. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I am very happy that April is over. I mean, let's recap a little bit. You can watch the video from April around what the energy is or was for April. Is this smoke too much for y'all? Not that you can smell it, but like I'm gonna just put it here. Okay. So so let's move that. Just want to make sure it ain't bothering nobody. It ain't bothering me, but I just wanted to make sure we good. Okay. So so the thing with April, we were in a universal 4 month. And so the 4 was 4. It was a 4 energy. The energy was energying. And a big message that came up in the 4 month was about perseverance. So just to recap a little bit, was like we're persevering through things. We're learning about our limitations. We're learning about, how we're focusing on things that may present as limitations. A lot of people were like, when I pulled cards, a lot of cards that came out for people each year was perseverance, and so I know personally for me, I felt it. I want to know in the comments, let me know if y'all felt it. But financial hiccups, delays, a lot of things were happening during that April energy. So you said, nah, I like the smoke. I would like some incense too. Okay, cool. Shoot, then let me put it back. There you go. We cleansing in the energy right now. Okay, so for energy, it was doing all that. I'm happy April's over. Welcome to May. Let's talk about the energy for May. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you my my forecast. Now, let me tell y'all something. I do this every month. However, I created a calendar that took me a while to do because I knew 2025 was going to be a real interesting year. This was the first time I was like really struggling trying to do forecasts. And I was able to do it, but I have my calendar. It's the Essence of Benevolence. This is the calendar here. The Essence of Benevolence, your numerology guide to success. Last year was the Essence of Abundance because of the 8 energy. 9 energy of this year is benevolence. So if you have not gotten your calendar, go ahead and get one. They come in 2 different sizes, in matte and glossy. And what I did was I went through and did forecasts for each month. So this was like January. Then we got February. Then we got March. Hold on, wait a minute. We got March. And then we got April. Woo, man. April. I mean, she fired, but like for real. April. And now we are here in May. Okay, so this is the forecast for May 2025. I did all the hard work for y'all, by the way. So if you really want to tap into knowing what the energy is ahead of time, go ahead and get the calendar in the description box. However, y'all can always tune in here with me, and I'm going to go over these anyway. So thank you for your support, per usual. All right, so this is the Universal 5 month. Okay, we're going to talk about, I'm going to read you the forecast, and then I'm going to talk about this energy, some of the messages that are coming up for the collective. And then we're going to go into your personal year energies. So stick around, listen to the messages. Just because it may not be your personal year doesn't mean the messages won't resonate with you. Okay, so stick around for it. If not, either way, thank you for being here. So here we are. Universal 5 month for May. Universal transformations are set to occur this month. The 5 energy during a 9 universal year will catalyze significant changes on a global scale. The collective may encounter some form of loss or destruction that ultimately leads to greater clarity of purpose. Healers, practitioners, and those in helping professions will be essential during this time or during this period, as it may feel like we are more divided than united. Karmic forces are at play, and the collective will face the consequences of society's attempts to cling to outdated standards, enforcements, and conditions of a contract that is becoming obsolete. To navigate this dynamic state effectively, spiritual partnerships will foster a healthy sense of self. The 5 energy can be somewhat chaotic and restless at times, but it will inspire you to lead with your heart. It's essential for energy to flow. So be mindful of your body and how energy moves within it. We must also concentrate on how specific energies, beliefs, and conditions resonate in our bodies. The objective is to expand. So to infuse more benevolence into your life, reflect on the question, how can I be more deliberate about nurturing my inner peace? This prompts us to be more purposeful in our intentions and to embrace gratitude. With the right intentions and supportive energies, we can transform chaos into peace. That, everybody, is the Universal 5 month. That is the forecast for May. Now, if you need to rewind and listen to it again, go ahead and do that. If you need to go to my Instagram and see the post that I created about this month, go ahead and do that. But I do want y'all to remember this because the energy is very... Let me just put it this way. The 4 was very limiting. The 5 is really just about breaking free, which is why a lot of this energy around being forced to do things, being forced to confine, like to be in a a state of like, you have to do these, you have to be this way, you have to look this way, you have to, follow these rules, you have to do, like, a lot of us are not, we're not taking it. It's energy of what I would call like revolution in a sense. It's energy of, I'm going to speak from where I am. Ironically, here's the thing. Ironically, this energy was like, this energy today, as in May 1st, as recording May 1st, 2025, there's already protests. I've already seen people protesting, teachers, staff in schools, like at least over here in Ohio. Like they've already started protesting. And it's just like a lot of people are not, they're not happy. So there are some changes that are needed to take place. Now, you said, Lex, what's up, Lex? I just started. I just did the forecast for the whole month of May through my calendar. And now we're talking about what this month's energy is looking like. Thank you, Victoria. And thanks for being here, Lexus. So pretty much, here's the deal. 5 is the number of change. It's the number of it's the number of change. It's the number of breaking free. It's the number of freedom, adventure. This is a number that is more heart-centered. So a lot of people are like finding their way. They're finding what makes them happy. They're finding that some things need to change. On a global scale, change is going to occur to some extent whatsoever. So please remember what I said in this forecast. Lauren's here. Hi. Yes, the energy is already here. It came in already. So I'm like, this is going to be a pivotal shift for the year. Okay. When the 4 is present and the energy of the 4, showed up, it really did bring us inward and consolidated our minds and thoughts and maybe even our physical realities, and like how you can't overwork yourself to get better results. It's more of like, what is it internally that is not clicking or that doesn't align or doesn't fit in your box? Whereas the 5 energy that comes in of this year, like this month, that 5 energy comes in and it's like, this did not fit with me. This did not, like, I can't be in a box. You're not going to cage this birdie, okay? Like, that's what it is, breaking free And a lot of 5 energy talks about how, like, I mean, you'll start speaking up on things other people couldn't speak up on, or speak up on, injustices. A lot of people, like the 5 energy is kind of like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I don't agree with that. No, this is not what, like, I don't agree with the old structure. That's not what my life is. That's not what's going on. So on a global scale, you're going to see a lot of people, different countries, different states and legislations, and all these things are happening. Like all these different spaces, you're going to find that the mold is breaking, the structure is crumbling, and people are not happy, and they're going to speak on it, and they're going to move on it. And so I do want to point out that everybody has their own role in this revolution. Okay. I'm going to call it the revolution. That should probably be the title, for real, for real. But I'm going to call it the revolution in a sense, because now it's kind of like people are opening their eyes. We didn't have 4 months in the US, and then, which is ultimately impacting the world. Okay. We're not even talking about just the US craziness that's happening with tariffs and different trades with different countries. We're talking about also Spain and Portugal and all the European countries that also experienced a blackout. And lovely Victoria here is in Sweden and was like, sharing some information about that. And I was pretty aware of it before we had talked, but I'm like, yeah, this kind of goes in line of what May is bringing. And so you're going to start seeing the structures that we had start to crumble a little bit more. This is not to be like frightening or scary or anything of that sort, but it is just to be real. Okay. So what I want for y'all and what we're going to do today is discuss ways to navigate this energy and how it's going to show up for you in your personal lives. Okay. And it can show up anyway. So I just want to make sure that y'all know that whatever messages resonate with you, keep it, take it, leave with it, go ahead, do your thing. If it doesn't resonate, then just leave it for somebody else to connect with it. Okay. And if it feels like something that you feel like somebody else may resonate, send them this video and connect them with this, because it's for you. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the collective energy. I want to pull a few cards. Now, I do feel that, let's see. That's interesting. I do feel that there are, I get this like hiccups. That's what I'm getting. Hiccups. Some people, when they say like babies have hiccups, they're like growing. But when adults have hiccups, it's like the most annoying thing to have. Why am I talking about hiccups? Let's see. Another thing that's showing up. Another thing that's showing up, and I talked about it in the forecast, but you have to, this month, y'all, pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to how your body is like responding to emotion, responding to external events. Pay attention to what's happening. Notice if there's any blockages in your body. Invest in getting like acupuncture or stretching and like taking care of your body in a sense, because it's going to be a really big theme that's coming up this month for you, is like making sure you are in tune with your body. That goes for the connections that you have with people, that goes for your work, that goes for everything, because at this point it's like extremely important. Like health is showing up, and it's extremely important for us to be in tune with our body. If we are not in tune with our body, you'll find a lot of people getting sick. You'll see a lot of people maybe injury prone. You'll see that people are on a global scale. This can lead to like even like outbreaks or anything of that sort. Like, it's just when there are blockages and there are things that are not aligning with the body that may be going on with the soul, there's issues there, okay? Also, if something is going on with the body that doesn't align with the soul, you're going to find that out as well too. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to how your body is responding to all of the internal and external changes that are taking place. There will be external changes happening this month. I am getting that there's going to be something like something is being declared this month. There's a declaration. I don't know if I'm getting at this declaration. There's things are being declared. There's something being declared. A declaration of sorts. That's what they keep pulling that up for me. So we'll see what it's looking like. So let's get some collective energy. Of course. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. All right, let's see. What's up? Oh, wow. So, okay, y'all. Interesting. So, real quick before I show y'all what this is, because I'm going to pull another card. But what I pulled out a card, but it ended up being 2 cards. And as I pulled out the second card, which I thought was the second card, I saw that there was another card underneath. And so there's technically 3 cards. I'll show you which one I saw first, because I'm going to go in that order, and I'm going to show you what's underneath it. And then I'm going to show you what the next card was after that. So I thought that was that's not, I don't do that often. So it is very interesting that actually happened. So what we got for the collective energy for the month of May 2025. One last card, oh, okay, that's too many. Dang, y'all, what y'all doing? Okay, I said one last card and then it gave me 2. I'll take it. Okay, so let me show you the card that first came up, and then I'm gonna tell you what I'm feeling with it. The first card that came up was the number 55. Number 55, which is the adventure card. Why? It's the number 55. Adventure. This card really talks about not only like infusing more or having more adventure in your life, but it's also talking about, you know, your ability to look at your life, create it for what you want it to be, and have an adventure in it. Your life is an adventure. It is your story. You're the main character. Have main character energy. That's what this card is about. And so what I do like about this May energy that feels good is that you'll have more inspiration. I am getting that there's like a lot more inspiration. There's a lot more excitement around people, and you get to have the moment to, or this month, to really kind of like go with the flow, but also change your reality. And so this card is really calling for you to take a look at your life as an adventure and start moving as you are the main character. You can do multiple things. You're going to meet multiple people, but just know that this is something that is a main theme for this month particularly. And despite the craziness that may be happening in the world right now, not just our country in the US, but it's the world. We got a lot of stuff going on. So look at yourself and be the main character of your story, okay? Have an adventure, have fun, change. That's the big thing. Now, when I pulled that card out, right? So I had this card, the adventure card. And then when I pulled out the next card, I saw that there was 2 cards underneath. There was 1 card underneath this. And the 1 card that was underneath this was the physical activity card, number 67. I mean, like, come on now. You really can't make it up. By the way, y'all, I do the forecast. I did the forecast like 8 months ago. Okay. So like, it's not like a reiteration of what I'm saying, but it is at the same time. So we talked about it. Physical activity. You need to pay attention to your body. Get more active. Start walking. Start moving. Start getting energy flowing through the body. Do some Tai Chi. Do some something. Stretch. Figure it out. Like, you're going to notice when there's stagnation in the body. You're going to notice the difference. The number 67. 6 being a number of like balance and of creation, okay, like creation. And then 7 being a number of spirituality is also a physical number. And so when you're looking at 67, they're talking about building that bridge between spirituality and physicality through physical activity. Okay, you need to get your body moving. You need to do that. So the fact that this was also underneath the adventure card, you're really going to have to pay attention to being the main character, but also like taking care of the main character. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, the next card that came out was the number 2, which was patience. All right, so with this card, I am getting a few things. One, for the collective, we're I can see it now. For the collective, we're literally trying to move quickly. The 4 energy is like still lingering around, by the way, just so you know. The 4 energy of April is lingering around, and it's like still there. And because of that, and now that the 5 energy is here, a lot of us are trying to break free and try to start this and start doing that and moving here and doing this and doing that and like rushing. The 5 can be restless, it can be chaotic, and the 5 does not pay that much to detail. The 4 does, but the 5 doesn't. And if you did the 4 right, you were able to plant the appropriate seeds that you needed in April, so that 5 you can start watering and tending to it and start seeing some progress. However, the patience card is asking you to be patient around what progress looks like, what progression looks like. Okay, that also means, and I'm taking it as a message for me as well too, I'm like, look, I'm ready to see some results. Give me the results, but I need to be patient. Okay, it doesn't mean that they're not coming, it just means to be patient. That is a challenge that may be coming up for a few of you, so pay attention to that. Also notice how in the collective, people are going to be rushing, because this 5 energy can be restless, meaning like I need to move, I need to break free, I need to do these things, I need to move, like, and I keep saying move because there's something there, but they're asking you to have a little bit of patience, watch things unfold. When you make the moves that you need to make, because you already should have been in the process of doing it with the 4 energy. However, the 5 energy, you're going to start seeing the energy kind of increase a bit. So just know that like you don't have to rush it. Just take your time. The 5 will miss some details. You do not want to miss the details. Okay, 5 will be like, oh, I don't care, let's go. Like, so pay attention to that. When I asked for one more card and they gave me 2, these are the 2 cards. The number 63, which is parenting. Okay, number 63, which is parenting. And the parenting card came out a lot. I believe that was in March. That came out a lot in March, which was the universal 3 month. And this is the number, 3 month. And this is the number 63. 6 being, again, relationships, balance, creation, work and home balance. And 3 being creativity and connection to the mind. It's a number that allows you to bring more creativity to the forefront, and also of a way of like expressing yourself. It's an expression number and an expansion number. Now, with this being with the parenting card, this is more talking about creative ways of connecting, not only with your parents, but if you are a parent, like connecting with your children. The parenting card comes out also because it can reflect how you may also be parenting people in your relationships. Okay, so if you are, he said not patience, yeah, but if you are dealing with someone or in a relationship, or you're connecting with someone and you're not feeling like y'all on the same playing field, and you may have to teach them a lot, or you may have to like guide them through everything, or in a sense parent them because they weren't parented themselves, or they are not taking full responsibility of their own inner child work. This is where it's calling attention. Okay, with that being said, you want to make sure that The connections that you do have with your inner child wounds are, so, okay, here we go. So when this was coming up before, it had a lot to do with inner child wounds. Wounds that you had with your mother, your father, and like being seen and neglection, or survival, and like these habits that you created for yourself to survive that need to be addressed, in a sense, you know? So that came up a lot in the past few months. And so what's happening now is that it will surface, and you may actually be in spaces where you're kind of really like talking a lot about what you struggle with. There could be blow-ups, there can be, I mean, this is really like standing up for people who couldn't speak they couldn't speak for themselves. So there are other people who are trying to help them in that sense. Okay, so pay attention to how this shows up for you. We can dive a little bit deeper when we get to your personal year numbers. Hey family, hello. Hope number by number. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited for us, my community. All right, last card, y'all. Last card for the collective. Number 11. Individuality. I like that this card came out as the last one, because that card is the number 11. 1, 1. 1, 1 equals 2. 11 is a number of illumination. It isn't like the number 1 is about the self. It's about ego. It's about leadership. It's about creating that path and going down that path that people don't go down. You're the starters. You're the pioneers. You're doing what you need to do. And so, so when this card comes out, definitely know and definitely feel that individuality will be a goal for you towards the end of this month. And you really want to establish your individuality within establish your individuality within they're showing like chaos and tornado of like all this stuff that's happening. So be careful what you're consuming, because you really want to remember who you are. If you follow the wave, if you follow what people are telling you, and they're convincing you to think a certain type of way, you're not being an individual. If you did the 4 energy correctly, and it's not that, you know, there's a right or wrong, it's more so of what's aligned and unaligned. So if you did the 4 energy of April in an aligned sense, if you were operating in an alignment, then you already started seeing what wasn't fitting in your box, what you didn't agree with, what limitations were still there that you didn't know that were still there, and you had to process it. What physical things that showed up in your life reflected your internal limitations. So like if you did the 4 energy in an aligned way for you personally, then this 5 energy is going to help you identify the next steps in like moving your own path in your own direction and becoming that individual. Okay, that includes your relationships, that includes your work, that includes societal beliefs. You know, a lot of people are still believing the same things that really held them back, you know? And so it is really a testament to the work that you're doing internally when you fall into this individual space and you're able to walk in your own shoes on your own path. That doesn't mean you're by yourself. It just means that you're doing it and you decided that's what you wanted. That's the decision for you. Okay. So that is that. Now, with these messages, plus the forecast that I read earlier, let me know in the comments like how y'all feeling. Let me know what's going on. How is it resonating so far? I'm just happy. April is over. Like y'all, I'm happy. I am happy. I did get messages. Spirit was like, well, you might as well keep the tradition going. Now we just started the tradition because I was like, well, I don't know where to start as far as like the personal year numbers. And in the last month, they were like, start with number 6. And I was like, okay. Then I realized it was because they were in their personal year number 1. So we're going to keep doing that. So that means we're starting with personal year number 5 this month. And ironically, because it's the, it's the 5 month. And also because they're personal year number 1. Now, again, don't forget, click the link in the description box if y'all want a personal reading with me, because my readings are open and they be lit. Okay, they be lit. And then, and if you want to join Dream Warrior Coaching, the Dream Warrior Coaching Program, which we have some of the cohort 1 here with me today. So I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. If y'all want to join Dream Warrior Coaching, go ahead, click link in the description box and we'll get started. So let's go ahead and let me see, where am I at time wise? Because I want to do these as like timestamps, but here we are. So let's do the personal year number 5, and let's do 3. Okay. All right. Personal year number 5. Hello. How you doing? Okay, so if you are a personal year number 5, meaning your personal year, and if you don't know how to calculate it, go ahead and check the link in the description. I mean, the description box, actually, because I have an example calculation there. Don't make the mistake of adding your birth year, because you don't need your birth year to figure out your your personal year number. You just need your birth month, your birthday, and your the current year, which is 2025. Okay, so if you are personal year number 5, that means you're in a personal month number 1. How was that 9 month for you last month? Woo! He said, I dreamt of taking care of a baby the other night. Talk about parenting. So here's the thing. I am going to say this. Thank you, Lauren, for sharing that. If you, just an example of taking care of a baby. You're dreaming of taking care of a baby, and literally a baby in dreams refer to, sometimes they talk about babies in real life, but for the most part, it's more of like birthing an idea, birthing newness into your life, catering to this new person, this new idea, new energy, and it's coming into your life and you're nurturing it. So yeah, talk about parenting. And that parenting card came up, period. Okay, so, okay. Let's look at what energy is coming up for the personal year number 5s. Now, remember, personal year number 5, this year is about change. You're going to be seeing, not only are you in a 5 year, but this is a 5 universal month, and you're in the number 1. The number 1 personal month is all about, again, newness, beginnings. It's also about closing out some things that didn't close out in the 9 energy, but it's about opening new doors, pioneering to new spaces, thinking of new ideas, birthing new ideas. And the 1 energy is really about expressing yourself, like verbally expressing yourself as well, but there can be ego attached to it. So we got to make sure we are mindful of our ego and balance our ego out with spirit. Okay. Ego is not something that you want to get rid of. It's something that is healthy, but it's also something that is very healthy when it is in balance. Okay. When it's not in balance, you'll find the negative ends of the 1 energy. So the 1 energy can be very high. So know that because we're in a 5 universal month, combined with this 1 personal energy for your month of this month, just know it's going to be high energy. You'll meet a lot of people. Pay attention to the connections that you're meeting, and see how you're feeling in your body when you meet those people. The new ideas that you're coming up on and you're birthing into the world, it should spark inspiration. Foster it, nurture it, go into that space and actually start working towards like creating for yourself in that sense. Okay. It can be really restless this month, so pay attention and make sure you're getting rest and not ignoring the body. I'm just gonna keep saying that. Y'all probably gonna keep hearing me say it because it's that important. Okay. So what other messages do I have for the personal year number 5s who are in a personal month number 1? Number 1. I am number 1. No matter if you like it, take it for the dollar, right? Yeah. All right. Let's see. I don't even know if I said the words right. What we got? Okay. So earlier I picked up on hiccups, and now I'm hearing hachu. So we really gotta. Okay, your body is important. If you're feeling a little under the weather, I'm gonna be honest, like soon as May hit today, I got to work. I was like, oh, I'm not feeling too well. Gotta take care of our bodies. So it's something that's going to show up a lot. Interesting. All right. So for the personal year number 5s, first card that came up for y'all, 77. Which is spirituality. Spirituality. That's the first card that came up. I am going to say, y'all, when this card comes up, this card is really urging you to, again, be very in tune with spirit. Because when it comes to spirituality, like, you're going to have to develop a spiritual practice that you are catering to. Like, this is something that you, and I'm seeing it even right now, because there's going to be a big wave of people enforcing their beliefs, their thoughts, their fears, and projecting it on people. They're enforcing and projecting. That's what it is. So in the midst of this month, you do have to know that because you're in a one personal month, you're going to have to find your own way. And the way you do that is tapping into your spirituality, creating a spiritual practice that you can live by. And that can go from anything, whether you are giving offerings to the land, if you are giving offerings to your ancestors, if you are meditating for 5 minutes every day. I don't even care if it's for 2 minutes every day, but like, if you are committed to yourself and your spirituality, this is going to keep you grounded in the midst of this projection and enforcement. Okay, so because you're on a completely new path, like I'm sure you probably feel like, yes, the 9 energy is gone, but the 9 energy is still lingering just a little bit because you have to still close some doors. So if you're closing some doors, good. If you need to know what doors to close, tap in, okay? And then the second card that came up was the number 22, which is intuition. Notice how y'all got 77 and 22. So 77 being like master number, 22 being a master number. 22 is the intuition card. This card obviously speaks, literally is intuition. Now, not only is this talking about intuition, but it's talking about intuition and how you use it on a daily basis. Tap into your spirituality and test your intuition. Like, we ignore it a lot and we shouldn't. And so as humans in general, you know, some people are very in tune. Some people are ignoring a lot of what's going on. And you said, oh my God, everything you've said so far resonates so much. I'm actively doing all those things. Yes, as you should. I'm glad it resonates because it is it's very important to connect, you know? So just like be mindful again of your intuition. I am getting that you're meeting a lot of people. New people are coming into your life this month. So you're going to be in the energy because what the one does, here's the thing. What the one does is it really shifts focus into like you, okay? The individual. Not because it's just a one energy, but it's because you were so busy closing doors or coming to terms with things that need to be healed and released. And that 9 energy, maybe even through forgiveness, that this month you're like, okay, I really want to focus on me. And like, because the 9 is also a charity number. It's a number of gifting to other people. I'm gonna be honest. I like, whenever I'm in 9 energy, I'm always giving to people. Like, I'm always showing up for everybody. And like, that's exactly what happened with me, you know? And so now you're going to be in that energy where you're like, you know what? I need to focus on me. And so what happens is that because you're focusing on you so much, you don't want to lose sight of what's around you and your ability to use your intuition. Okay. So pay attention to this. Okay. The people you're around, I keep getting it. The people around you, you're going to notice if they are for you, aligned with you, or not aligned with you. Everybody you connect with isn't somebody that you should be giving all your energy into. However, there are some people who are about to be life-changing for you coming through into your life. So be prepared for that newness, okay? And also don't try to create something in the relationship or connection with someone that isn't meant to be there, if that makes sense. Allow things to happen, allow things to unfold as it should, but use your intuition in the process, okay? Then, next card we got is the number 27, which is spiritual partnership, exactly what I was just talking about. There are people that are coming into your life that are going to resonate on a spiritual level. The more you tap into your spirituality, the more you listen to your intuition, the better you'll be able to gauge which connections are best for you. Okay. If you're not 100% sure of how that's going to look, ask your guides. Take the time to ask your guides to be like, you know what? I need support. Show me who's aligned for me. Who's in my highest and best interest? Who has my best interest in mind? You know, who my higher self knows who needs to be around me. Let's connect. We need to have a conversation. Okay, so you said the advice I need as I start dating again. Absolutely. Do not jump the gun and think that everybody's supposed to be for a long time. Some people are here for a good time, not a long time. However, there are going to be connections that are going to be very beneficial for you on a spiritual level. Spiritual partnership card also refers to even if you're like in a spiritual business or you are a practitioner or a healer, because again, that's another thing. Healers are needed this month. So if you are a practitioner and healer, anybody who's in a helping profession or you're moving in that direction, then this card is extremely important as well. So pay attention to the partnerships that you're creating this month, because the next month, the number 2 is going to be your month. It's going to be highlighted. Okay, so pay attention to what's happening. And this is also like, pay attention to this towards the middle of this month. I do get that for the middle of this month. Okay, the last card that y'all got is the number 8. Manifestation. Woohoo! Manifestation. I mean, it's lit. Okay, so manifestation card number 8. Number 8 is about manifestation. It's about abundance. It's about risk taking. It's about spiritual wisdom meeting action. It's about karma, and what goes around comes around. This coming at the end of the month, pay attention to what it is that you're thinking. You have to think positive things. And when it's so freaking cliche to say that sometimes, because it's like, you gotta think positive, you gotta think love and light, and it's like, no, yeah, but like, it takes a lot more work than that. Manifesting, what we have to realize is that where you were before, even a few months ago, and you were trying to manifest something, some of that stuff may be coming up now. Okay, even a few years ago, you may be manifesting some things that are starting to come up now. However, notice what energy you're in at like during this month when you are trying to manifest things. Okay, so and I say that because how like the frequency that you're vibrating at is going to reflect the type of manifestation that's coming. Because it doesn't matter if you say, I want this or I don't want that. The universe doesn't understand the energy of word. I mean, it doesn't understand necessarily the words that's saying like, oh, I don't want this. I do want that. You're focusing on it. That's what's going to manifest. If you're vibrating at that frequency, then you're going to manifest that. And by the time you manifest it, you're going to be at a higher frequency, hopefully, that it doesn't align with you. So now you got to pay attention to what you actually manifested. And now you got to be in a better frequency to manifest something that is more aligned with you. If that makes sense. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. So, but manifestation also is just like, you know, a lot of the stuff that you're putting in, like the hard work that you're putting in, it's going to manifest. It's going to come. So keep the faith, keep the hope. Know that this is something that is going to show up for yourself. Okay. All right. And let's do Uncheckable Inner Peace deck. One card for my personal year number 5s. Dun, da, da, da. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So we got the number 8. Okay. You heal by releasing, not suppressing. What emotions do you need to feel? Y'all, this is it. This is it. I mean, look at that one person in the labyrinth, walking the labyrinth on its own path. But it's just like, you need to release. And this is something that I told y'all, this, your body's going to tell you where the blockages are. Your body's going to let you know what you haven't released and let go of. This month, that's why I said the 9 and the 1 energy can go hand by hand in a sense, because 9 is closing doors and 1 is opening doors. But you can't open doors unless you close other ones, okay? So if you are holding on to things emotionally that you have not processed, tap into your spirituality. Use your intuition to know where it is that you need to work on and what it is you actually need to do, okay? Because this is where the work comes in for this month. 5 energy is also very emotional, okay? It can be chaotic, it can be restless, it can do a lot of things. So just pay attention to how it's showing up for you, okay? Where is the emotions being, like, if you're suppressing it, you'll feel it in your body. Don't get sick doing this, okay? Do not get sick doing this. All right, so what emotions do you need to feel? And if you set the intention this month, set the intention to feel the emotions and to be very present in your main character energy, okay? Like, you're the main character. So these partnerships that are coming into your life, if you're dating, if you are building a business, if you're doing whatever it is you want to do, you're main character. So allow your body, for some of y'all, it's showing up, I already can feel it, it's showing up in the left leg. The right leg. Right leg. Very masculine energy, and also about your ability to balance, and like you're holding your energy in your right leg. Thigh area. Just so you know. If that resonates with you, go ahead and do that. You said, damn, and it's not even my month. Oh my God, I know, right? That's why I said, like, everybody should be sticking around for these messages, because it's hitting whatever. And I felt it this month. I was like, oh man, this is going to hit differently. So fill this out. Do what you got to do. Be your main character. Tap into that spirit. Tap into the intuition. Test your intuition. Test your connection with spirit. Like, give yourself an adventure in doing it. Be bold and be like, you know what? Since we doing that, universe, ask for what you want. You know, ask to be shown what work needs to be done, where your body is holding the emotions. So, yeah. So, the 8 came out twice. So just so you know, what goes around comes around. What seeds you planted and what you're nurturing, what you're catering to, how you're treating yourself, you will see the results of that. You will manifest the results of that. So I'll leave that be. That is the forecast and the energy read for personal year number 5s. Like, whoop, whoop. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me check your love. Okay. All right, let's move on. So we are now, and also thank y'all for being here. If you are sticking around with me, please feel free to stick around and get some more messages. Talk to me, see what's going on. And then if not, if you are leaving at this moment, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And I hope to see you in the next video. So don't forget to click the links in the description box if you want a reading done. I got you. Now, let's see. We're moving on to the personal year number 6. All right. I'm just making sure I'm time stamping it because it's a headache doing that stuff later. So, personal year number 6. If you, I just got an energy. Like, if you're a personal year number 6, you are a personal month in May. You're a personal month number 2. Okay. The 2 energy, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You see, I'm ready to take my notes now. Yay! So if you are in a personal year number 6, that means personal month number 2 is the month energy for you. You are that number 2 energy. It's so sensitive. So you're in a 6th year, which means it's pretty dramatic. 6 energy is always so dramatic, but I love it though. I love 6 energy because it can be good and it can be wild. And there it's really calling for you to establish balance. So remember this as we talk more and more about what this month looks like for you. You want to establish more balance in your life and create more balance and move that energy of creation in your body so that you're able to kind of delegate that energy into your work, into your family, into your love, into your relationships. Okay. And so now you're in a personal month number 2, which is a number about connections and cooperation and partnerships and sensitivities and intuition and feeling and like patience. And like, there's so many things that go with this 2 energy that now I'm going to tell you, like, you're very sensitive already. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it, which means don't ignore the intuition. If you listen to the 5, listen to the 5 one because it talks about intuition. Do not ignore your intuition this month. You will be, again, you're another group that is going to be meeting people. Wow. I'm not even done pulling the cards, but I'm going to show you what it is. I literally, as I said, meeting people, the card came out. But you're going to be meeting people and connecting with people. But this is now like finding your tribe. This is now about like connecting and really, really taking the time to invest in those connections. Okay. I do feel there's some jealousy around at the moment. Like jealousy, there's some jelly. That's what I'm, some jealous energy. It's like really like angry energy around people being upset that you don't follow their code. Or you didn't, or you're not follow, like either you didn't follow their code, you're stopping following that code because it doesn't resonate with you anymore, and or the code is broken. Ooh, sheesh. Okay, the code's broken. Okay. Oh, okay. Whoa, the way that came out. Okay, let's get another card. Last one for my personal year number 6s. What's good? Okay. All right. So first card that came out, it literally said when I was going to meet, I said you were going to meet new people, the spiritual partnership came out. This card comes out again. Anybody who plays Marvel Rivals, I mean, like, definitely at me, but I just made a Marvel Rival Bucky reference. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. It's for those who get it. Hey. So spiritual partnership. Again, this is a card that's actually showing up, and this is the second time it's showing up already. So like a card that's showing up that is actually talking about the connections that you're going to be making. Pay attention, use your intuition. The 2 is about sensitivities. It's about partnerships and collaboration. It is a number of intuition, you know, so use your intuition to talk and learn and feel out the connections that you're making. You are creating soul connections, or you're meeting your soul connections. Okay, so pay attention to what's showing up right now. The energy is very high. The 2 energy with the 5 energy, I love 2 and 5 energy because it's very soul centered. Okay, and I'm talking more so about the universal 5 month and then the 2 personal month for you. If you are connected, what's going to happen is you're finding more heart-centered connections. It is going to change your trajectory. Just so you know, it's going to change your trajectory. And it may not be the easiest thing, but it will be fun. I do feel like there's going to be fun in that. I do feel there's fun. But also just be aware of how sensitive you are, and which means your environment is very important. The people you have in your environment, the partnerships you're creating, and then how that is impacting your ability to turn the knob on your frequency. That's what they're showing, like turning the knob on your frequency, turning the knob on your or turning the dial. That's interesting because I just channeled that like yesterday. But turning the dial on your frequency, which means you have to vibrate higher in order to attract better beings into your field. Pay attention to that. Also, the next card that came out is the number 63. Again, from the collective energy. Parenting. Parenting. So, here's what I'm getting. There's 2 groups. I'm getting 2 groups. One group, and let me know, y'all, it may resonate with both groups. One group here is experiencing a deconstruction of moral code within the family and their parents. So what you learned from your parents it doesn't even resonate now. It actually doesn't work. It's like the story of a millennial, okay? Like we were taught, do well in school, go to college, get married, get your great job, whatever the order was, okay? And we learned that that's not what works. That's not how the society is meant to be ran, not in our time, you know. So the code is broken. It was never there. I mean, well, for maybe previous generations, sure, but like not for you, you know. So the parenting card comes up with that one group, this first group here, and it's like the code doesn't work for you, and so you're kind of in conflict around how you want to teach your children versus how you've been taught, what your parents believe, or the beliefs that your parents passed down to you, whether they were in your life or not, subconsciously through DNA, trauma what's the word I'm looking for? Transports and transitions, whatever, into our body. And we start picking up on things that our parents experienced or our previous generations have experienced that we ourselves are like, wait, this doesn't feel right, you know. So now you're questioning. Okay, so that's that one group. It's like the code isn't working, and you're kind of coming into conflict on like how your family works versus how you want to main energy yourself, like how you want to be in this life. Okay, the other group that I get is that the conflict that happens is that people have hurt you, and you've been reflected, the people around you have reflected to you the inner wounds that you have from your parents. And so inner child wounds, mother wounds, father wounds, those things. So for this group, and honestly all of it can connect to both groups, to be honest, but like for this particular group, it is very much a inner child work, and like how you have experienced probably within the past few months just like heartache in a sense, and how it's really starting to reflect in your life. And now you've been now you're in the 2 energy, so you're sensitive to these reflections. And I'm saying this also because remember I talked about how there's a lot of projection, there's a lot of enforcing things, okay? This also can talk about from your family and your parents, okay? And if you're doing this to other people, or your relationships are being reflected to you through, you know, your triggers, this is something that you're going to have to really work on, okay? So, so pay attention to that energy that may be showing up this month. You're very sensitive, so pay attention to how you're feeling, And notice that triggers are opportunity for growth. They're not there to just be like, rawr, scary. Oh no, stop it. It's more so like, okay, I'm triggered, which means I have some work to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it's like, okay, let me experience it. Let me feel it. This is your feeling month, okay? So start feeling that, okay? Feel it. And then next card, number 96, which is forgiveness. Feel it and then forgive. Okay? Remember, feel it and then forgive. So the forgiveness card, it was a few months ago that this was coming up a lot. But also this is 9 energy, the universal year energy. So 9 is really showing up right now for you, because if you're able to feel these things, ooh, I'm getting tingles. If you are able to feel these things and you're able to connect with those feelings and allow your feelings to flow and not get stuck in the body, just so you know, not get stuck in the body, then you're going to be able to really work through the processing of forgiving. Because this is a 2 personal month for you, you are going to look at your relationships and what needs to be healed, what needs to be catered to, what needs to be removed, what limited beliefs do you have within yourself. This is really, I'm getting, for whoever this is resonates with it, like, listen, whatever beliefs you have about your ability to connect with other people and your inability to connect with other people because of the pain of hurt from previous relationships, previous experiences, past lives, karmic relationships, you're going to have to work through the forgiveness aspect of yourself. You're going to need to know that this is not your fault. You had to learn how to survive. And now you don't need to survive anymore. Now you can connect with people from a space of sincerity, a space from, innocence, your inner child. For those who connected with the inner child work, like, your inner child wants to connect. And in order to do that, you need to forgive yourself. In order to do that, you need to forgive other people. You cannot hold on to this anymore. If you move into the next month at 3 energy with unforgiveness, that's going to make your energy, like your month, really hard. It actually is going to make the next 3 months really hard for you if you do not allow yourself to forgive, because you'll see it in your body. It's not working. It ain't working. Okay. So, that's the forgiveness card. This is probably the best advice to have from this sense. Okay. Ooh, I'm getting tingles. Yes. Okay. Woo. Okay. Yeah. He said, oh wow, forgiving thyself is resonating. Yes. Like, we gotta let this stuff go, man. This is like, sure, we've had plenty of lives on this earth. Most of us have. If we had the knowledge from every freaking life, like, that's overwhelming, so take this day by day. It's not something that you can just be like, oh, I should know everything by now because I'm spiritually aware and blah, 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 blah. Like, for somebody who is really tapped in and spiritually attuned and still learning and still growing, like, that even goes for me, so it's part of the journey. We gotta continuously work on forgiving. And also, another message: forgiving isn't something you just do overnight. Forgiving doesn't mean you're completely healed. Forgiving doesn't mean you're completely healed or that you won't hurt from what happened before. Okay, so just so you know, like, that's what it is. Forgiveness is a process. I have to keep forgiving people. Like, even if they're not a part of my life anymore, I don't have any relationships or connections with these people, I have to remind myself, no, you forgave that person. You don't need to hold on to that. It ain't doing you no justice. Okay? Like, so I'm rolling my eyes and puffing. But okay. Hey, look. Roll them. Look at my eyes. Roll them. Because at this point, it's a part of the journey. And yeah, it's part of what needs to happen. It's part of what needs to happen. I do feel that it's going to give you the best results. If you know that on the other side of forgiveness is the best life that you can have, why would you hold on to unforgiveness? I mean, you know, all right, so that's that's the advice there. That's the advice for you. It's like the forgiveness part is really big, really, really big. Y'all have no idea, but it's really big. Okay, last card. Last card. Number 8, manifestation again. Number 5 had this, and personally, number 5 had this, and I'm going to say it just like I said it before. The manifestations is, I mean, like, pay attention to what you're manifesting this month. Pay attention. Also, there's something that's coming up around what you do and what you focus on right now this month particularly. You'll start seeing or whatever seeds you are nurturing right now, whatever grass you're trying to water, whatever plant you're trying to water, and metaphorically and physically, I guess, you'll start seeing more of that and or results of that in August. Interesting. That's interesting. So yeah, what you're manifesting is so important. And I feel like if you're doing the work, when you really put in the effort and you really think about what it is that's actually stopping you from this forgiveness aspect, and you work on it and you're actively working on it, and you're still, tending to your inner child wounds, you're still tending to the hurt and pain that you've experienced in the past few months, you're really going to manifest things. And I really feel that in the process, one that they're saying you need to remember, in the process of doing all of this, you're going to want to make sure that you are imagining your life in your highest self, okay? The life of your highest self. Imagine what your life looks like. You have to keep that image and that vision of what your life looks like. When you start tapping into how, like, the possibilities in your life outside, like, just put it this way. The other side of forgiveness, this unforgiveness here, and then the other side, imagine what this life looks like here and how it feels, what it tastes like, what it smells like, what it, everything. That energy is the frequency you want to be at when you start manifesting. When you're trying to work on abundance and bringing prosperity into your life and all of these things, the 8 energy is what goes around comes around. So what you put in is what you get out. Therefore, you want to be at the highest frequency when you are connecting with your vision for what you want in your life. What type of relationships you want in your life. This does very much feel relationship oriented, but you're in a 6th personal year. So it is a lot about relationships, and you're in a 2 personal month, which is about partnerships and collaborations and cooperation, working with people. So this is very relationship based. As much as it is like relationship based, is also relationship to self. So know that you don't want to ignore those triggers that may be coming up, or those hidden beliefs that you're not aware of that are becoming more aware, or that became more aware to you last month. Okay, so focus on doing that and really doing the healing around this. Okay, so let's pull an unshakable peace deck. Oh, okay. Da, 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 da. Ironic, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. You got the number 1. Yay! You create your own reality. What you want wants you to. Ooh, and that looks like Bali. I'm going to Bali, y'all. I need to go back. It says, what do you want to experience? Okay? What do you want to experience? It's literally what I just, come on now, like, manifestation, the 1 card, like, you create your own reality. I literally just said this. You create your own reality. What you want wants you to. What do you want to experience? I literally just said this. And it literally came out. I didn't even really have to shuffle. It just was like, boop, there you go. If you need a confirmation, that's your confirmation. This is the one energy. That's the one energy. That means you really have so much power in how you create your reality and what you want your life to look like. Use this universal month as a conduit, in a sense, a conduit of adventure and a timeline shift. You can literally change your whole life this month. And that's what this is really saying. All you have to do is get through this parenting work, inner child healing, and forgiveness. Get over the wall of forgiveness. Or get over the wall of unforgiveness and work towards that light of forgiveness, because that's what's going to change the game for you. That's pretty clear. And you really can just do what you want. You can make it however you want. But you want to be at that frequency. Tap into that frequency of how you want your life to look, taste, feel, smell, all of that stuff. And really tap into this energy, because you really got it in the bag. You just gotta let this stuff go. Okay. All right, so that's the energy for May for my personal year number 6s. It is really great. That was a good message. I think that was a pretty good message. So let me know in the chat like how you're feeling. Rolling eyes and all. It is an interesting dynamic, to be honest, with how that showed up. But I love how, although you're in the 2 energy, you ended with a 1 card. And that was really, I think that was really good, because it shows a focus on like your connections with people, your soul connections with people, but it also just like puts you in the forefront and make you the priority. So never get lost in the sense of like, connecting with other people, because you can still take care of yourself and create your own reality. You said, I've been watching movies of Italy and Bali. Let's go. Listen, Bali like a second home for me. Like, and I ain't never been to Italy, so I'm down to go. Let's go. Like, let's go. Get me out of here. So, yeah, like I mean, that message was for you. Bali was there. Maybe Bali is the space that you need to be in. I mean, I got my homies is out there. We can go. I've been to Bali multiple times. It's really a nice place. It's a beautiful place. So, if you are here with me still and you want to hear some more messages, stick around. But if this is where you leave me, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to click the links in the description box if you want to have a personal reading with me, or if you want to join the Dream Warrior coaching program, go ahead and click the link in the description box. And then, yeah, either way, it's gonna be lit. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with your people. And thank you again for being here. So, let's see. Moving on to the personal year 7s. Okay, I'm just time stamping. All right. You said, but yeah, time to clean and forgive so the goodness can come in. Yes, like that's it. I mean, it sounds easy, but I know it ain't that easy. Just so you know, I know it ain't that easy, but it's definitely, you got the tools, you got the keys. That's what we doing. All right. So we got the personal year number 7s. If you are personal year number 7, that means you are in a personal month of May number 3. This is your 3 month. Oh my goodness. 3 energy. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. So let's talk about the 3 energy real quick. And then I want to put some cards for you, and then we're gonna jump right on in. The 3 energy. So first, let me know how y'all feeling. Okay, because 7 energy is not the easiest as far as like, honestly, any of these numbers can be really kind of hard, but like 7 energy is very internal energy because that's the energy of the year for you. And plus, let's not even talk about the connection of like you being in a 7 year during a 9 universal year. And so you may be doing a lot of internal work in yourself throughout this year. Just allow this 3 energy that you're in for this month to really give you a sense of relief and a little bit more fun in your life, because 3 is very expansive. 3 is very joyful. It is a very social number. It is a number of creativity and like comedy. Like 3 energy is witty, it's funny, and so let this be a space where you can kind of just like enjoy the good moments that you're having during such an internal year, an internal healing year. So I do feel for you that there was some things that were coming up spiritually, and you've been doing a lot of spiritual like work. And when I say spiritual work, for a lot of y'all are dreaming a lot. Whoa. You're dreaming a lot. Also, I'm getting this. Some of y'all are very much early birds. I'm getting like cock-a-doodle-doo. The way Spirit is giving me these messages today is like very interesting. I'm hearing hachu, hiccups, cock-a-doodle-doo. Like this, I don't know. So, but I'm getting like maybe late nights, early mornings, processing a lot. So I'm hearing that you are wanting relief. What is going on? Where do you want some relief from? Whoop. Okay. That's the card came out. Okay. Whew. I don't know what my hair is doing. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. Let's get some more cards from my personal year number 7s who were in the personal month number 3. Personal month number 3. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's get 2 more cards. 2 more. Well, that one came out. It was like the deck. I wish I could see. I should have held it up. But the way it was like sliding up like that. Like come out. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. I didn't do that, y'all. That was Spirit. That wasn't me. That went up. And here's the last one. Boom. Wow, y'all. Okay, so let's talk about it. You're getting for the first card that came out, and that one flew out, was the number 91, which is surrender. 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 Okay. What are you holding on to? What do you want relief from? That's what I keep getting, is that you want relief. You want to breathe again. You're holding on. You're like, ooh, You know that, I don't know if y'all have watched Schoolhouse Rock, but you know, when it's like, interjection, ow, ooh, that's what I'm feeling. I don't know. It's like these words of like, like, it's like, it feels like that's your year so far. It's just kind of like, ooh, interjection, ow. I mean, it's like words that describe like a pain or a feeling or something of sort, but it feels like that's what it's been like for you. And it's because you're in a space of like letting go. The 9 is closing doors. The 1 is opening doors, ending cycles, beginning new ones. And the only way for you to even do that is if you let go and surrender to the outcome. Allow the universe to meet you halfway, because it can't do the work by itself. We're co-creators with the universe. And the only way that we can really co-create is if we surrender. Detach from the outcome, because it just feels like, wow, I feel like you it just feels like that. I'm not meaning to laugh, but it's just like, gosh, like, that's what I keep hearing is interjection. Ow, like, that's what it feels like. So, and if y'all haven't seen that, go to YouTube and look up Schoolhouse Rock and show excitement and emotion. Yes. And it's like, Like it's literally, that's what they look like in the cartoon. So, but this is really like needing to detach from an outcome that you've been so like holding on to. Don't worry, you gonna detach from it. But they're asking you to surrender. And right now you may have actually just been like, you know what, I'm too tired to, because like last month, I'm sure you were feeling so much last month. Oh my gosh, I can feel it right now. So like you were feeling so much. So now you're getting to a point where you're like, I need to really let go of this crap. Like I need to let go. And you know, at this point, you just kind of give it to the manager. You know how to be like, I need to see your manager. And you're just kind of like, it's above me. All right, see my manager. Let me call him real quick. The manager is the universe. It's God. That's go ahead and call the universe real quick. You know what? We got a customer here who needs some support and assistance, and I no longer have control over that. So I need to call you, and you know, you already had divine plan put out there already. So yeah, I'm gonna hand that over to you. They want to speak to you. Universe, they want to speak to you. It's above me. It's above me, okay? That's what you need to be doing, okay? Because you're in a 7 year. This is not an easy year to be holding on to things. This is that year that you're going to be like, oh, this doesn't align with me spiritually. Whatever is not aligning with you spiritually, you're going to feel it. And now that you're in a 3 personal month, that energy is really going to show up in your mental facility, okay? Like your mind, how you think, what you think, how that is showing up as well, you know, and your mind is going to be the forefront. Your creativity, your ability to create, your mind and what you're thinking is going to be in the forefront, okay? So that goes to show that some of even your limitations, your limiting beliefs, your things that you in your mind are holding on to, your gut's telling you it don't sit well with me and I don't want to do this no more, or I can't hold on to this anymore, but your mind is letting it stay, okay? So you have to follow your gut. You have to follow your intuition, and you have to know that this is something that you got to just hand it to the manager. It is above you, okay? You are not allowing the universe to work its way out. You're not allowing the divine plan to happen if you don't surrender. Okay? So that's a message, okay? So with that being said, the next card that came out for you is the number 5. Change. Change. I know that's not the actual word in the song, but that's what made me think of it. Change. So change. We're in a 5 universal month. May is the number 5, okay? So you are in a space of change. You will not get there though until you surrender, but you also, I mean, because here's the thing, you can not surrender, and the change that does happen isn't the one that's really the most aligned for you in that higher timeline. Or you can surrender, and because you did surrender, effective and more aligned change takes place. Okay, so take advantage of this 3 personal month and take advantage of the 5 universal energy. Okay, I am going to say this. I was picking up earlier about like people being forced to believe things or to do things or move in certain directions. Do not be in a space where, I just feel like for your particular role in this revolution that we're calling it, they said the revolution will be televised. I just literally heard Kendrick Lamar. But what I'm seeing in your role here, as far as like, your role is changing. Let me just put it that way. Your role is changing, and you're holding on to what you thought you knew, and that's when they're saying you need to surrender, because in order for you to surrender, the roles will align, and you don't actually have to fight on the same playing field as other people are. It's very interesting, because right now you are becoming a spiritual warrior. Now, excuse me. Speaking of spiritual warrior, my friend Oak has a spiritual warrior training that I think you as a person on your number 7 would do very well in. Not everybody, but I think they just started. So check it out. Oak Astrology. Shout out to Oak. Oak Astrology. Definitely doing a lot of like work with, especially right now. This would be really important, especially with the body, the spirit, the mind, like the whole, it's a whole level of doing actual training spiritually. Now, I say that because not only because you're in a 7 year, but also talking about the advice for what you need this month is the number 77. Spirituality. Like, spirituality, your role is shifting. You are not the same person that you thought you were. And that is 100% okay. Actually, that's even better than okay because you're not even supposed to be that person. Who's that person? I don't know. I think you need to be wiping your hands and then just giving it to the manager, because at the end of the day, you're needed to practice your spirituality. You need to connect with your spirituality. You're in a 7 year. Therefore, spirituality has to be an all-around type of thing. But particularly for this month, because the 3 energy is very expansive, and it has a lot of mental facilities that are going, like a lot of activity within the mental facility, you're going to need to connect the mind with spirit. Okay. Whereas a lot of people, I mean, I talked about it in general, the body is going to share what's going on and how that's happening, but like you're going to need to connect the mind with spirit. And so by doing that, you want to enhance that spiritual practice that you're having or that you're creating for yourself and allow this to be your leading edge. This needs to be what guides you. This needs to be what leads you down the path of surrender and change and like becoming your own person. 7 energy is about lessons. It's about lessons. It's about teaching and learning. It's about spiritual connection. It's also about like spirituality in a physical way. Okay. So pay attention to how you're working through your spirit. Okay. Work through your spirit. Pay attention to how you're learning your lessons. What lessons are learning, or what lessons are you being called to learn at this moment? And then also, you'll be able to help other people by experiencing the depth of surrender in its spiritual capacity. Okay, so let me know if that makes sense. The last card here is the number 27, spiritual partnership. I mean, you can't really make it up. Like, I'm seeing here, everybody's getting this card. It's the collective energy. It's the collective energy. 27. You're in a personal year 7. This is number 27. This is literally like the energy that's happening. I'm like, people are meeting and connecting and finding their tribes. They're finding soul partners. They're finding soul connections. And just because, again, not everybody's meant to be in your life for a long time. There are lessons that we need to learn in our spiritual connections, our spiritual partnerships. So pay attention to this. I'm telling you, with the word of letting it go and the change that's actually about to take place after you let it go, and then for you to start tapping into your own spiritual practices and you're committed to it, that means you're about to be finding the next person that to come into your life in that sense. And this person could be a mentor. This person can bring opportunities to you. Take it if it resonates. This person or people can change your spiritual perception, introduce you to new spiritual practices. For some of y'all, I'm getting like a lot of people are meeting, like a lot of practitioners are meeting each other. So this is also another reason why in the collective energy, I talk about why healers, practitioners, and people in helping professions are very important right now. And it's showing up every single time. And I mean like every single reading. So therefore, it is a thing. Okay, so be aware. Be aware. Because once you do that, you're like, oh. when you do the 7 energy right, oh God, it feels great. And the 3 energy is so social and it's so entertaining. It's about like having fun and enjoying yourself. Enjoy the fruits of the labor of spiritual work by creating a spiritual tribe. Even in the midst of all the crazy crap that's about to actually happen this month. But like in the midst of all of it, take care of yourself and take care of your tribe. You're connecting. You're connecting internally, and therefore it's going to reflect externally through the people you're connecting with. So let's get a card for my personal year 7s. Oh, okay. This one came out. You got the number 24. 2 + 4 is 6. 2, cooperation, partnerships, connections, patience. 4 being limitations in structures, foundations, action-oriented things, doing routine. Okay? Anxiety isn't trying to limit you, but free you from a situation that no longer feels good. What is your discomfort trying to free you from? Golly, yo. Like, I mean, if y'all still here with me and this resonate with you, like, let me know. Because, woo. This card falls in line of what the energy of surrender. And I'm glad it came out because it is going to help you process what's actually happening. And they're saying anxiety isn't trying to limit you, but free you from a situation that no longer feels good. There's a difference between running and avoidance and paying attention to your internal cues, paying attention to your body. Literally paying attention to yourself. This is why I'm like, your body is going to tell you what is wrong. If your body is experiencing anxiety at this moment, realize anxiety comes from, like, it's crazy. Anxiety comes from being in spaces where you're not being seen, where you're not being catered to, nurtured, or even recognized. It comes from being a circle in a square peg, or a square in a circle peg, whatever. Like you're in spaces that you don't need to be in anymore, and so you're uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. Anxiety kicks in because you have been spending so much time in these energies, in these spaces that do not serve you anymore, and you're still trying to be in it. You're still like, you're gonna have to let that go, okay? Like, let it go. Surrender, okay? Surrender to the outcome that the divine plan has for you. But you gotta just let it go. Close those doors. And that's the thing, is like, I'm glad this card came out for you. This is actually the perfect card to help you navigate this energy this month, because it is going to show you your discomfort, and your body is going to show you what you're needing in your life. Instead of sitting in discomfort, ask yourself what it is that is calling your body to have. You know, like, you gonna sit there and be constipated because you haven't been able to release? You know what I mean? Like, energetically, that's what I'm really, really talking about. Like, you're gonna be uncomfortable because you held all this stuff in, and it's like your body is wanting you to release, and it needs to release. And let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay? So, that's your message. If you resonated with that message, please make sure y'all leave me a comment. Let me know how y'all feel. Like the video, share, subscribe. If you are interested in getting a personal reading from me, go ahead and click the link in the description box. And if you're interested in joining the Dream Warrior coaching program, join coming up, because yes, it's a whole thing. It's a vibe. So, thank you again if you're leaving me here. Thanks for watching. If you are sticking around, Lego. So I appreciate y'all. Let me know how that resonated with y'all. Okay, so let's move on to the personal year number 8. Personal year number 8. Okay, personal year number 8. what's going on, good people? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If you are a personal year number 8, that means you are a personal month number 4. May is a personal month number 4 for you. So again, oh man, where'd it go? Oh, right there. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that, y'all. So, whew. All right, so I don't know which way it's supposed to go, but yeah. So if you're a personal year number 8, you're a personal month number 4. May is your 4 month. Okay. Now, if it was anything like April, is useful. Okay. the 4 energy, I don't care if 7 or 4 can be difficult because of limitations or how internal it is or consolidating. It is very useful. Okay. So so the 4 energy, let's talk about it. It is more about, you know, your structures, your foundations, is getting your ducks in a row. It's kind of calming down a little bit, consolidating, figuring out what fits in your box, what doesn't fit in your box, and also being able to put action towards creating a stable or some type of stability within your life. Okay, so this and you're already in the personal year number 8, which means there's already high energy that's happening. You're already experiencing like a shift, maybe even some karmic things that are taking place. You may be experiencing all types of stuff. Okay, the 8 energy can be really good when it comes to business. It could be really good when it comes to opportunity and really stepping into your CEO boss energy. And then you're able to really start seeing yourself in a different light. You may be even exploring yourself in different ways of like your talents, or like just be aware that that is a possibility for you this year. Okay, with that 8 energy. So what I do like about the 8 and the 4, 8 and 4 work really well together. 8 is like double 4, because you know 4 is about the box, but then like, and it's about foundations and actually planning and putting forth effort into your plans. The 8 is about, it's like a double 4, but it brings us a component of spiritual wisdom to it. So it is like very action oriented. It's very making plans and being very, you know, boss like, but it brings spiritual wisdom and independence into the factor. Okay, so so keep that in mind as we talk. Okay, but the 4 and the 8 can work really well together. You're just gonna have to balance out some of the spiritual components that come with 8 energy as well too. Okay, so if you are in this 4 energy, you're really going to be feeling a lot. So like some of what, and the thing is, you kind of got a head start a little bit last month because we were in a universal 4 month. So now that you're in a personal 4 month, you actually probably need to be resting. Take this time to rest, please, and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Yeah, you need to be resting. At least try to get some rest, and especially with how the 5 energy is interacting with people and their bodies this month, you really want to, like, your body is your temple. You particularly, your body is your temple. So you want to pay attention to your rest and how much rest you're not getting and how much rest you are getting. Okay, so so let's talk about that a little bit, and let's pull some cards. Let's see what's up. What's up, G-Way? What we got for our personal year number 8s? What we got for our personal year number 8s? In the arms of... Okay. Okay. I mean, these two came out. They came... Oh, okay. Well, I know which message is really for you. And I keep... They're like dropping out of my hands. I said, in the arms of the angel, fly away. Oh, no. Okay. I don't know why that like, all I can see is the little dogs and the kettles like shaking. Like, I just, oh man. In the arms of the angel, fly away. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Y'all, when I start, oh, here we go. Man, oh man. When I start singing and stuff, I mean, truly and honestly, these are channels. Like, Spirit speaks through music sometimes, so let's get another card. Let's get another card. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? From my personal year number 8. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Da, 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 bow, 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 bow. Dang. All right. Well, let's talk about it. Okay, so I did get a little bit of like, I did get a little bit of like, you're really kind of just going to need to feel out what next steps to take, and this is the perfect month to really start planning it. While the collective is moving like this, you're gonna have to stand brick to brick, okay? Like, you're gonna have to be like, back up, wait a minute, hold up, fall down, fall back, you know, because I just feel like a wave of like, whew, everybody, again, enforcement and people following or wanting you to follow codes and do what they want you to, like, and you're like, nah. So, so it is important this month for you to really get, like, you buckle down on you. Like, buckle down on you. This is the time where that you really do want to get some rest. And part of that, I'm going to show you the first card. The first card that came up. And it's ironic, y'all. Look at these cards. I'm going to tell you. The first card that came up was the number 61, which is self-love. 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 I love myself. Okay? Self-love. Here's the thing. The card is very self-explanatory, but the thing is like, you're in a space now, and let me know how this last month was for you, but you're in a space now that is going to require you to buckle down on you. That's just what it is. Your body, because that 5 energy is chaotic and it can be restless, you're going to need to combat that, because 5 and 4 are not like, they're not harmonious, okay? Let's just be real. The 4 has structure. The 4 has routine. The 5 is like freedom. Boom. I'm doing what makes my heart jitter, okay? But like doing it without the bounds of anything. And sometimes that can be pretty reckless and it can be pretty chaotic. So with that energy in the collective, you're going to have to be brick by brick, stone by stone, standing on your ground and taking care of yourself. Okay? So, the self-love card is really just a reminder that you're going to have to put yourself first, and you're going to have to explore what love for yourself looks like in a different capacity. Okay? Start doing things that are going to cater to your energy. The thing is like, luckily you're not in the 4 energy during the 4 energy. So, but you're in a 4 energy during this 5 energy. So it is a matter of exploring, because 5 is about exploring, but it is about exploring different ways to commit to yourself in a whole different level. Okay? Different ways of committing to yourself. Commit to yourself. Hear me. This is your theme. Commit to yourself. Okay? Because the next card that comes up is the number 57, which is teaching and learning. Okay? Teaching and learning. This is the card that is showing up for you. And this is where, this is going to be a month I'm getting right now for y'all. This is going to be a month where you're going to have to do a little bit reflecting on the lessons that you've been learning so far. Do not let this month's energy go to waste. Because teaching and learning is a show. It shows that not only are you in the space where, because it's number 5 and number 7, but not only are you in a space where you can change your reality, but you have to reflect. And the 4 energy is a very consolidation number. It's a consolidation energy. So you're going inward and you're consolidating in that sense. You have to reflect on what worked for you, what didn't work for you, what lessons you learned, and then how you can show up in the world and help people by teaching them this. Now, I'm not saying you have to become a teacher. Those of you who are, hey, big ups to you. Okay? But this is like, you can help other people by really getting a good grasp on how you were able to learn from your own experiences, from your previous experiences, okay? Because that's where it is. It's like the best teachers are the ones who went through it themselves. You know, I mean, for the most part, okay? So this is like, you really need to take inventory on, and they specifically said inventory. Take inventory on the lessons and the things that you have had to acquire. They're showing like, it's like you're doing inventory. You're making a list. I'm getting tingles now. You're making a list, or you're creating a spreadsheet, spiritual spreadsheet, mental spreadsheet of all the key components that are in your inventory at this moment, in your bank. And you're able to really start looking at like, okay, this actually checked out, this worked, this is where I need to go. You're doing inventory so you can decide what next steps to take. You won't need to do this aimlessly if you did your inventory. You wouldn't know what order to make and like how many of what you need if you didn't do inventory. You can't just make orders and shipments to come in. And this is metaphorically, y'all, but like, you can't just be making orders and ordering new things when you have an overflow of the one thing that you're needing. Oof. I don't know who that's for, but y'all listen, okay? You need to be doing inventory. You need to take stock. You have an overflow of what you already need. You just need to actually organize it. You need to organize it. You need to, and the only way you're going to start doing that is if you really do pay attention to yourself. I'm getting tingles. Gosh, okay, confirmation. Okay. They're really giving that one. Jeez. I feel like literally they're like in my head on that one. Like, tell them this, tell them that. Okay. The next card, ironically, that came up next is the number 41. Remember, you got 61, 57, and now you got 41, which is self-discipline. This card is coming out because they're calling for you to become very disciplined. It is the number 4 and the number 1. They're calling for you. If you want to make changes in your life, if you want to embark on new opportunities, if you want to be the CEO boss of your life, and I ain't just talking about being a CEO boss of a business. I'm talking about being the CEO boss of your life. Again, main character energy that came up in the collective energy. If you want to be that, you're going to have to buckle down. The 4 energy wants you to buckle down. It wants you to get serious about what it is that you really want for yourself and how you want to show up for yourself in that sense. Okay. Now, the discipline card, it means to just show up and commit. And we talked about committing to yourself, committing to your goals, committing to the change that you want to see. So start planting the seeds this month, or watering the seeds you already planted. Start really tending to the garden, okay? And be very consistent with yourself. Establish a discipline. That means if you have to be disciplined in your own ability to take care of yourself, do that. If you need to start being disciplined in your ability to commit to your business, commit to your craft, commit to your teachings, commit to yourself in a way that you haven't done it before, do it. But be disciplined with it, because that's the key. That's the theme for you. The key to really making shift. Okay. If you're confused about what it is you actually need to do, then, because I feel like some of y'all all of y'all actually really know what it is you need to do, but then some of y'all are really feeling like, I don't know, maybe, I have no idea. Give it some time. Ask your guides to show up for you and show exactly what next steps to take. And then you're like, I'm committed to that. Okay. The last card, 91. Surrender. That's the last card. And it's come up again. The last group had this. And the 91 card is about surrendering. It's about, wiping your hands clean and just be like, you know what? It's above me. I did everything I could. I can't control the outcome. I'm just gonna it said, what's the saying? The one girl, it was a post on Instagram and they're talking about something. I'm gonna let God handle it, because if I handle it, I'm gonna go to jail. Like, and so it just kind of, let God handle it. Let universe work is magic. Let spirit work through you. All you have to do is actually show up, commit, decide, and take inventory. Maybe not in that order, but like show up, commit, take inventory, decide, and work in co-creation. Cater to your garden. Figure out what it is that you need. Figure out the tools, because you already have the tools. That's what they're saying. Like, you already have the tools. You have the tools. You have the tools. If you were sitting there stuck on crazy and thinking that you didn't have what you need to aspire to the goals and dreams that you have, think again, because you already have those things. It's just, it feels like you're coming from a space of lack, and that's the 4 energy that kind of creeps in and talks about your limitations. But sometimes limitations are put in place in order for you to take inventory on what you already have, so that you can, know like, okay, I need this, or I already have this in my internal bank, my higher self's bank, and now I can look at what I need to order in, what I need to get rid of, what it is that I need to do. So yeah, like, don't operate from a space of lack. Just operate from a space of, I know I got it, so now I got to do it. Now I got to put in the work. But make sure you're resting this month too, as well. Don't get too caught up in the work. Okay, so don't get too caught up in it. But remember, it's required for you to put in some effort to take care of yourself, to love yourself by showing up, committing, and being disciplined in yourself. That even goes for like the way this 5 energy is working out with the body energy. If you're like trying to get in the gym, go ahead and get in the gym, okay? Like, show up and commit. I'm so proud of myself because I'm doing it myself. But show up, commit, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. So that's the message. Let's get one last card for my personal year number 8. Personal year number 8. Woo-hoo. Personal year number 8. What's up? What's up? Any other messages? I'm getting so many tingles, y'all. Y'all, spirit is with y'all today. Spirit is with y'all today. And it's another confirmation. You have the number 29. 29. Deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded for the work. How can you alchemize your fear? Yo, I mean, yeah, this is confirmation. I'm talking about, like, for a lot of y'all, the fear is coming from a fear of like lack and like not having, or feeling, it's like scarcity. It's like fear, financial fear of not having enough. Again, it's just like, it's interesting, but like, this is asking you, how can you alchemize your fear? And again, doing deep inward journey. This is taking inventory, taking spiritual inventory. If I can give y'all a theme for this month, for you particularly, it is taking spiritual inventory and buckling it down. Okay, so it's confirmation, y'all. Like, you'll be rewarded for the work. So how can you alchemize your fear? How can you transmute the fear into something that's useful? It's like changing energy into something that is like building, and like you're building, it's building blocks. That's literally for, it's like building a foundation. You know, change your fear into something that you can actually devote to transmuting. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the card, the message is the message. So, I think it's a great message. I think that by the end of this month, you're going to be really feeling the shift that is taking hold. And you'll be able to surrender, if anything. Or at least by the end of the month, you'll be called to surrender. Because here's the thing. By the end of the month, you're going to need to surrender because change is inevitable. Okay? Just so you know. Just so you know. Change is inevitable. How you handle it is what matters most. Do you embrace it? Or do you not? So yeah. And you're moving into your 5 personal month. So next month. So change is inevitable. It's like freaking Thanos. I am inevitable. That's literally it. So that's the message. Let me know if it resonates with you. If you did not know any of this by yourself, go ahead and you learned something. You learned something from me. Go ahead and like and share and comment. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. And if you leave me here, thank you for being here. And if you move on to the next one and get some more messages and take it all in, then let's go. So don't forget, if you want to get a reading from me, links in the description box. And then also, if you want to join the Dream Warrior coaching program, links in the description box as well too. So thank you. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Now, we are going to... I don't know why everything is just so all over the place like that. 5 energy. 5 energy. Speaking of 5 energy, we're moving on to personal year number 9. Personal year number 9. Let's see. All right, personal year number 9. Now, here we are. Here we are. Here we go again. Now I'm telling you that you was just a friend. Or whatever the words are, I don't know. But now she calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can take this no more. Okay, obviously I'm not a singer. But here we are. Personal year number 9. If you're a personal year number 9, then you already know you were a personal month number 5, which means that this calendar is something you probably should have already got, because this is like your forecast. Particularly, this is you times 2. This is you times 2. Okay, so let's tap in. Let's get some messages. Let's see what's up. Then we already talked about what the 5 energy is about: freedom, exploration, adventure, change, and really moving from the heart center. Is really breaking free from those chains, is breaking free from those limitations, is really moving in that direction. It is very chaotic at times. It is very restless at times. It can miss details and other times. And you want to harness this 5 energy with grace. You hear me? With grace. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at your energy. Let's get some personal energy, because now your personal energy was also channeled during this collective energy, because you're in this 5 month. Okay, so I know last month, I know you probably, please put in the comments, let me know if you are happy April is over. Okay, I do feel like there's been a lot of loss that's taken place, or there's going to be like loss of some sort happening. I think I talked about that in the forecast. I did, actually. But again, you are going to want to transmute and transform the energy of chaos into the energy of peace. And so what's going to happen is you want to create your own inner peace. You want to create your own heaven on earth, and not allow the destructive codes to infiltrate your energy. Whoa, that was a channel. Woo! Okay. Wow. All right. Let's see what's up. Hope y'all heard that one. I don't even remember what I just said. Okay. Whoa. Okay, let's try this again. Sheesh. Sheesh. Oh. Okay. Again. Collective energy coming out again. So don't be surprised if y'all seeing similar cards. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go again. Now I'm telling you that she was just a friend. Okay, I don't know why that's in my head. I haven't heard that song in so long. Now she calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning. All right. I don't know. Somebody like that song, go ahead and let me know. Now, first card that came out for y'all, because here's what I'm getting. I mean, like, we talked about some of the collective energy, but let's look at you a little bit personally and seeing what's up, what's happening, what's going on. During this 5 energy, you, like other people, other groups of people, you know, who's already gotten readings, y'all gonna have to take your spirituality a lot more serious, you know, because you got the number 77, spirituality. And this card has been coming up frequently, okay? Frequently. And it's really because, again, there's so much more of this, like, pushing energy. There's more of this, like, stand by my code, stand by my rules, do as I say, not as I do, but, like, do as I say. This is how your life is going to lay. It's like enforcing and projecting. And the only way to really stay stable in this space, in this energy, especially for you, because you're going to be changing a lot and adapting a lot, because 5 is also just very adaptable. It really just kind of goes and adapts to the new spaces that it wants to be in. It explores and adapts in that space. But, like, in order to stay strong in your essence, you're going to have a spiritual practice that is unshakable. You hear me? Unshakable. Start meditating, start walking in nature, whatever it is you got to do. Whatever spiritual practice that you're going to show and create for yourself, or be channeled. You can channel a spiritual practice. They'll tell you what it is. Ask your guides what they want you to do. Ask your guys what they want you to do. And then they'll just be like, boop, all right, cool. All right, that's what you want me to do? Okay. And then it'll be disguised as if you thought of this yourself, but they really was like, yeah, here you go. So, so it is important that you develop your spiritual practice and really be, like, in that space of, like, determination and commitment to self and spirit. Because it's so, I'm getting, like, some people, oh my gosh. Yeah, be mindful of what you're taking in from people, by the way. Like, just be mindful. I feel like it's like a big old headache coming. Destabilization is very possible during this time. So you're just going to have to be really, like, you're going to have to take the lessons that you had from the 4 month and apply it to this month, okay? The 4 may have created financial limitations for you, but this 5 energy, you may want to splurge. You may want to indulge or overindulge. Please be mindful. Do not overindulge. Still use the lessons you learned with how you were kind of making it through April to balance yourself out in May. Okay? That means if you got, you're getting more influx of money, don't spend it all in one place. Okay? Like, use that energy of, I'm going to have to operate like I live beneath your means, in a sense. Like, I don't know. It just feels like, I got it now and I can just do boom, 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 boom. And it's like, no, you can't do that right now. I mean, you could, but there's consequences to that. So just create that spiritual practice, get the messages that you need to get, and then utilize the spiritual messages in a way that is physically creating that barrier, that like sternness in your essence. Okay. Next card, you got number 2, which is patience. Oh my gosh, this is a challenge for y'all right now. This came out in a collective energy. Again, people really pushing and being like, I want to do this. I got that. I got this. And not enough, like, let me observe. Let me take one step at a time. Let me, like what I get for some of y'all are really just like, I've been working on this for so long and I'm ready for my manifestation. And Spirit is kind of like, you have no idea what's going on in the background. Be patient. It's coming. It's coming. That's what I keep saying. It's coming. It's coming. But it's on divine timing. It's not on your timing. Even when it comes to you breaking the code and, I'm sorry, you're not breaking the code. You're not breaking the code. You're just witnessing the code being broken and it doesn't fit with you. So you're in a rush. Do not rush. Do not rush. Do not rush. The 5, as great as the 5 energy can be, it is reckless. It can be reckless. You're trying to escape from somewhere. You have no idea why you're escaping it. Patience. Patience. I keep hearing that. It's like they're like, be patient. The next card that you got was number 63. 63, again, parenting, which is the card that came out in the earlier collective reading, of course. So this is, and also in other people's readings too, but like parenting. Now this is coming out in a position where it's asking you to start tapping into the wisdom of your parents, wisdom of nurturing, of like nurturing your inner child wounds, nurturing your connections with a child. Or bridging the gap in the broken code that our parents worked from versus like the new generational code that's coming, the new code that I don't know why they're saying this, but like the new code that's being created, it's like bridging a gap. So for y'all, it seems like the change is more of the bridge that's being created between old remedies, old structures, old beliefs, because this one's really coming from like oldness. This is like an old space, and it's saying like old things is coming up. But that bridge that's being built between the generations and how it's really starting to affect the shift that is. This is what's going to change. They're saying it's affect the shift, but this is what's going to change the trajectory. This is the month of change. This is the time of change. So like they're saying with the parenting card, this is really more of a bridge, like an energetic bridge that's being created. If you're looking for what to do, look at how to create that bridge between even your parents, your inner child, your parents, your inner child, your kids, it's very interesting. Because before, some of the people, it was very much like you are parenting new, parenting, having like a parent-child relationship with a partner. Meaning like maybe you got a partner that act like a kid, but also similar to what Lauren mentioned earlier is dreaming of new ideas, birthing babies, new ideas, taking care of new spaces and parenting your goals, your dreams, what you want in your life, and being the person who birthed that into the reality. It's very interesting. But for most of y'all, I do get that this has to do with actual connections and relationships too, around parenting. So pay attention to that. And the last card that you got was the number 46. 46. Domestic harmony. Domestic harmony. Okay, so domestic harmony. I love that this came out at the very end because it is the number 46, 4 being, you know, structural foundations, the home, and 6 being like relationships, family, balance, and all things within the home and the aesthetic of the home as well too. It's coming in together. There could be a change in occupants in your home. There could be you could be moving. You could be, because I mean, number 5 is change. It's the number of change. You're in a space of change. Something can shift for you even within your home life. So this is very much like domestic harmony. This is very much like creating what you want your overall life to look like. And by doing that, it does feel like it's very much like actual parenting work that needs to be done, and not forcing anything and allowing people to generate their own code. Wow. Y'all are getting really interesting messages. But allowing people to generate their own code, not old code, but maybe take that message as it is, their old code. Okay. That makes sense. Old code, own code. So like kind of going back to who we used to be. A lot of people are doing that. There's like people got lost in the sauce. People really did get lost in the sauce. And in order for you to avoid yourself from getting lost in the sauce, you're going to need to really buckle down and be open to generating your old and own code and allowing people to do the same thing. When I say your old code, who you're meant to be, who you were designed to be from the get-go, what your spirit wanted, what your family spirit wanted, like who you were initially designed to be before all the human meat suit stuff. Okay. It's so interesting. This is very like, this has got a little bit deep. So it is very interesting in that sense. So let's look at how this is looking. But I do feel like within some of y'all, there's going to be some things happening, maybe needing to not focus too much on, or don't get lost in the sauce that you're forgetting about a child. There's something about a child, not forgetting about a child and really putting effort and energy into the child, into the parents, creating that dynamic child-parent dynamic that is going to bring in more harmony into your life, okay? So, woo, my eye. Okay, let's get one last card for my personal year number 9s. What's up with y'all? What's up? Oh, whoa, that's too many. That's too many. I don't know why the cards are like falling all over the place. This reading, it's chaotic, like the 5. Chaotic like the 5. I mean, you got the number 9, because it's your year. It's your year. The number 9, express yourself creatively. Start something new. What creative pursuit do you feel drawn to? So now this kind of gives a lot more confirmation on this like nurturing energy. This nurturing energy around what it is that you actually want to do in your life and creating from there. So that parenting card actually is like talking about accessing those inner child and like the ideas and things that you have wanted to do in your life. So in general, while you're creating your spiritual practices and tapping into your spiritual like strength, you'll generate more ideas and things will start to move in a direction that you feel very confident in without rushing. Okay. You'll feel very confident in without rushing. I'm saying that again. So whatever ideas that you want to birth into the world, new endeavors that you want to bring into the world, this is a good time to do it. And I do feel that this is going to have a lot more, it's going to bring more balance into your home life. Okay. So I like that this card was the last card to come out for you because it is a good time for you to start creating and expressing yourself. The 5 energy will be like an expressive energy from the soul, from the heart. And but this 9 energy in this card is really helping you tap into the infinite knowledge, the infinite access of creativity, new ideas, new things. So what do you feel drawn to? What creative pursuit do you feel drawn to? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you resonated with this message as well. Like, I want to know. Let me know. Let me know. I wish I could sing. Believe me. And if I could sing, you couldn't tell me nothing. All right. So that is your message for you, for my personal year number 9. Thank you again. If you have not gotten that calendar, go ahead and get the calendar. Get it, get the calendar, okay? Because it's literally your whole year. You can look at your whole year right there, okay? And if you want a personal reading from me, go ahead and click the link in the description box. If you are leaving me here, make sure you like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Comment, let me know if this resonated with you. And I mean, I guess, you can come back to this and tell me too. But don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, if you want a personal reading, link in the description box. You want to join Dream Warrior Coaching Program, description box. And yeah, if you're leaving me here, thank you for tuning in. If you were staying around, you want to get some more messages, then let's go. So, all right, cool. So we got that done. And then let's move on to personal year number 1. Personal year number 1. Okay. Personal year number 1s. All right, cool. So if you are a personal year number 1, that means you this month are in a personal month number 6. Okay. So let's talk about the 6 energy real quick. The 6 energy, like, it is dramatic. Drama. Am I the drama? Maybe. But 6 is like, 6 can be dramatic, and in reality, 6 is because it's so dramatic, it is about creating and establishing balance. It's a number of like creation, whereas like 3 is like creativity. 6 is creation. It's the house of like creation in that sense, in the house of balance and needing to balance yourself out. It is, and when I say balance, I mean like work, home, personal relationships, work relationships, family, love. Like, that's where this energy is very much focused in. And oh, thank you, amazing show. Oh, thank you so much, Hope. I really appreciate you tuning in. So yeah, it is very much about balance. It's very much about, yes, thank you. Have a good one. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you on the next one. So yeah, it's really about creating that balance in your work and home life. Now, a lot of people, here's the thing. A lot of people tend to connect in relationships during the 6 energy, whether it's a 6 year or a 6 month. Like, love is like kind of in the forefront. And sometimes people can get confused with how that 6 energy shows up for them and what they actually need to do with it. So, and I say that because it's like, instead of taking that creation energy and putting it just into love or marriage or anything of that sort, it is really aiming for you to put that creation energy into your home and your work life. So that's why you're creating balance in that sense. So a lot of people get that stuff a little bit confused sometimes, but this 6 energy is really about how you can create balance in your life, in your relationships, in your connections. And you're a personal year number 1, so I wouldn't be surprised if you actually met like certain energies or connections, or you may be dating, or you may actually like look and be like, you know what, I feel like I just want to feel myself. I want to explore a little bit. I want to just like, take my time and see what's out there. You know, so if you're looking to date and everything, the energy is supportive of it. Just make sure you're creating that balance in your life, okay? All right, so, man, I'm telling you, like, the collective energy is very strong because people are really, like, getting all of that. Okay, so first card that came out was the number 77. Spirituality. I mean, like, literally, y'all, this, like, came out, like, every reading. I believe. I should be doing a poll or something like, did you get the spirituality card? Yes, probably, because this is your standing ground, okay? Like, this is where you are right now. It is important on this journey that you're in, because we're in a 5-month, is like a universal 5-month, and you got a personal 6-month energy with the collective 5. So it's very important to establish spiritual grounding, spiritual knowing, and spiritual boundaries, and creating that practice for yourself. It does feel like there's, again, it just feels like everything is like being pushed at you, and like it can be so chaotic and dramatic. Literally chaotic 5, dramatic 6. And the only way you're going to be able to really stand firm in who you are as a person and be that person that you're meant to be, and be that energy of the one that you're in right now, that one personal year, is through your spiritual practices. Okay? Spiritual practices are going to provide you with the stability that you need to tackle anything that comes your way. Okay? Because it does feel very chaotic. It feels like literally very chaotic. All right. And when I say that, I mean, you can really harness that. You can harness that chaotic energy and be like, yeah, what? Yeah, and what? Like, so the next card that you got was number 46, domestic harmony. Now, this came out in the previous reading, but however, this is coming out in a different position for you. This also is like, I mean, domestic harmony, again, is literally number 4 or 6. You're in a 6 personal month. Therefore, your home is also in the forefront. Your relationships are in the forefront. The occupants in your home are in the forefront. And your ability to create balance is important. So harmony and balance are on the same boat, okay? They paddle in the same paddles, in the same water, okay? So, like, you really want to pay attention to what's disturbing your home life right now, and be able to create more balance in that space, okay? Like, that's what I'm looking at right now, because it's like, it seems like there has been some type of like disruption, and you're like, I need to balance everything out, and you're going to do that by really establishing your spiritual practice. Now, the next card that you got was the number 78, which is spiritual career. Now, here's the thing. This is, I did get this. When I saw this card, it was like, okay, I'm seeing that there's possibly, and if you resonate with this, let me know, but there's possibly like a career that, for some people, I'm seeing some people making candles, and I'm seeing some people doing like real, like they're actually creating things in their home that really attributes to a spiritual career. If you were thinking about doing a spiritual career or starting a spiritual career at this moment, this would be a good time to do so. And it's not for you to just be like, all right, I'm just going to put everything out there. I'm going to quit my job or whatever. It's not that at all. It's not that at all. It is saying that direction wise, it would be good for you to focus into a spiritual career of some sort. You have a gift that needs to be seen by the world. If you listen to the collective energy, and if you follow me on Instagram and you listen to me read this calendar forecast, I talk about how healers, practitioners, and people of helping professions are needed and necessary during this month, particularly. And so if you are a practitioner in the making, or you are a practitioner that has been sleeping on your gifts, this is a time for you to really focus in on it, because that's what's going to create more balance in your life. If your goal is to create more balance during this month, that's what's important, okay? Because at the end of the day, it is your career. Because I'm getting, there's like creating new things literally with your hands. And for some of y'all, a lot of y'all actually, I'm seeing candles, I'm seeing kits, I'm seeing like putting together packages to send out to people. It's like really, they're really like healing, you know? And so I think it's really important to remember this, by the way. This is really important to remember this. Yeah, your spiritual career is the direction you need to be going in right now. That's where your balance is going to be. You just ironically are doing it from home, if that makes sense. So, yeah. What y'all doing? Let me know in the comments. I want to know. Some of y'all are making soaps. I see people working with essential oils. I'm seeing people who are reading ancient Chinese medicine books. I also see people working with like hoodoo priests. Interesting. Yeah. And don't be scared about that. Don't be scared about that. That's, yeah. Like, it's just like, I don't know. If you're looking for like, okay, what is it that I need to do to create more harmony within my life when I'm challenged, like the challenge that I'm having at the moment right now is like creating a balance. This month is really pushing you to do spiritual work. Not only spirituality, tapping into your spiritual self to create a stance, a good, solid, stance for yourself, but to actually tap into your spiritual career and really put that in the forefront to create more balance in your life, okay? The last card that you got was the number 2, which is patience. And that was the card that's been coming out, man. And I know a lot of people are probably not happy to see it. However, there's a reason for it. Everything in divine timing. The more effort you put into it, do not expect this. Okay, so what I'm getting here is like the 5 energy brings you that energy of just like, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. But it can be misleading sometimes because your energy is like go, 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 but the results are not go here. So if you want to start seeing more results, you gotta stay consistent with your efforts, okay? But do not expect to see the particular results that you're looking for quite yet, okay? So and also I do feel like because you've put more effort into your spiritual career, or you put more effort into your spiritual practices, you're establishing a better sense of patience towards the end of this month. And it's kind of like the calm before the storm, but in a really good way. Okay. So, as far as like what you've put into yourself. Okay. Now the calm before the storm can look many different ways given this month. It's going to be lots of stuff happening this month collectively. But for you, just like take that journey, because you're in your one personal year. This is your year of starting new beginnings and new things and new careers and new spiritual, businesses and stuff. So like take that seriously, and then allow that to create more balance in your life, and then be able to show like, oh, you know what, I'm okay with the patience that I need to take in doing this. You're also going to learn in the end of this month more about what will be required of you to bring this spiritual career into fruition. Okay. Because at the end of this month, you're moving into a 7 personal month next month. So it's going to be one of those like, let me slow down, let me go inward. So I utilize this month to really start pushing the ball on your ideas, your business, your spirituality, and connecting, because the more of that you do to create more balance, the healthier your next month will be, if that makes sense. Okay. So let's get a message for I mean, it's here. Message for you from the Unshakable Inner Peace deck. You got the number 28. Don't run from the darkness. Embrace your shadow side. What aspect of yourself have you been afraid to look at or address? This is your card. This is your additional message. And I like that this came out because it just comes out overall. It's like, you know, the shadow aspects of yourself are the ones that, like, these are the hidden aspects. These are the aspects of yourself that, you know, hold you back from actually taking those steps forward. You know, things that you've been having in your mind, like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that business, or, oh, that's not meant for me, or what if I do something when there was a billion people out here doing the same thing? Like, who's going to pay attention to me? Now, I don't know who's thinking that, but some people are, and if you're thinking that, please let me know. But this is like, no, I really got to tackle and embrace this aspect of myself and know that, hey, without the darkness, there won't be any light. Without the light, there won't be any dark. So I need to embrace both of sides of myself, including the dark side of myself, to really be able to manifest and shift my life in that sense. Okay. So it's like asking yourself, if you want to journal on this, I would say journal on this and really ask yourself that question, like, what aspect of yourself have you been afraid to look at or address? 9 times out of 10, the aspect that you've been afraid to look at or address is your ability to show up in a spiritual career the way that you need to. Just saying. Don't know who it's for. I don't know who it's for, but it's for somebody. Okay? Okay. So yeah, let me know if that resonates with you. I mean, that's a big message. I would meditate on that, actually. That's a spiritual practice that you need to be doing right now, and get a head start. Get a head start. Ask your guides or ask your higher self, you know, to show you and introduce you to your shadow aspects and shadow self, and look at, you know, what you're afraid of, and then really, like, talk to that part of you and tell it that it's safe, and understand why it exists the way it does. It's not to hurt you, it's to help you not get hurt. And in reality, it actually is hurting. It's stopping you from doing what you need to do. So it's really important to embrace it and also know that it's safe to exist and do the things that you're trying to do to change your life, because you're not the same person you used to be. Okay? You're not the same person. So that's the message. That's the message. And if you are leaving me here, thank you for showing up. Listen to the messages. I hope they resonate with you. Let me know in the comments if they do. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with your peeps. And then if you are interested in getting your calendar, go ahead and click the link in the description box. Same with the Dream Warrior coaching program. If you're trying to join that, it's lit. Click the link in the description box. Also, if you are looking for a personal reading with me, a personal experience, go ahead and look at that as well in the description box. So other than that, if you're sticking with me, let's go. If you're not, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, so we are moving on to personal year number 2. All right. Personal year number 2. Let's get some water. Woo. Thanks for sticking with me, y'all. So let's see. Let's do it. If you're a personal year number 2, that means you're in a personal month number 7. Okay? 7. What's the I'm thinking $5 foot long, but I mean, hey. 7 heaven. Let's talk about the 7 energy. Seven energy is very like, and you're in the 2 year, so yeah, oh man. So you're gonna be really just doing a lot of internal work this month, okay? Internal work, internal work. If you are going to change, it's going to be internal. You're going to experience a lot of external change in the collective energy because we're in a universal 5 month. But as far as your actual change, a lot of it's going to be internal. So a lot of feeling, a lot of sensitivity, a lot of recognizing patterns that that are being reflected to you externally. It may actually start reflecting some of the internal beliefs that you have. So the external changes that you're experiencing or that you will experience this month will reflect the work that you need to do internally. Okay? Just so you know. Just so you know. Definitely take some time to rest this month. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed spiritually, it is totally normal. But I would recommend for sure giving you a little bit more extra spiritual protection because energetically it can be overwhelming this month. Okay, let's see. What we got? Golly, these cards, same ones, man. Okay, these ones are different. And that one's the same. Okay. So, let's talk about it. So, if you listen to the collective energy, there was this whole, and any of the other messages from different groups, there's this whole energy around parenting. And it's the number 63. You got parenting as the first card, which means let's talk about what actually happened with you in the past month, because that is going to really determine how you're in this energy right now. What are you feeling stuck with? Like, so this month, like I said, it's very sensitive, so you're going to be like in a space of creating your own code, but really understanding other people for who they are, not for who you want them to be. That includes your parents. That includes your kids. You got to remember that. Like, if you're someone who has passed down generational weight, ancestral weight to your child or children, don't worry, you can still do the work, so they ain't got to carry it. Wow, I don't know who that's for, but it's just, don't be too heavy on yourself for breaking code. That is a big thing. It's like breaking the code. Even though the code is already broken, it's not working. So you're in a space right now that you're going to be working on some like parenting issues, or really connecting deeply. There's two different groups. Okay. There's like, I have a lot of issues with my parents in one area, and it's more of like really starting to devote to healing in that space. And then, this other group where it's like, I am recreating what that relationship looks like with my family. How I want it to look like, and what, like, you're paying attention to what you didn't get. And I don't want you to get too caught up in why you didn't get it. It's more so just, it's not about the why. It's about the fact that, like, you can change the trajectory and what that looks like for you and in the future, for your future family, if that's what you want. And you can heal your lineage too through this work, by the way. I don't know who that's for. But very interesting energy. Very interesting energy. Okay. So this is more for whoever feels this way. It is okay if you're not in full alignment with your family. It's okay. It is okay. I don't know who that's for. Like, it's okay if you're not in full alignment with your family. Like, your soul decided to come here and work on certain lessons on purpose. with this family. Okay, just because you were born into this family doesn't mean that this is the family that you have to you have to relate to. Okay, so keep in mind that keep in mind that it's not necessarily about like perfection. You're in a 2 energy, so it's really, you're in a 2 personal year, so you really are like focused on your connections, focused on your partnerships, focused on your relationships, and like, and you're very sensitive. So this month for you is going to be a opportunity for you to do your own internal work and seeing where it is that you need to be focused in that energy, and really tap into your spiritual side. So the next card that you got is the number 93. Number 93, which is happy ending. Now, here's the thing with this card. The happy ending card is a reminder that things are coming up, okay? It's things are coming to an end, but it's a happy ending. Now, the thing is like the position that this came in is interesting because it feels like you're having a hard time reaching this happy ending. And it's really like, it's really about your spiritual connection to what defining a happy ending looks like. So I just keep getting that you feel like this is a challenge to get to this point. Like you're like, I just want my happy ending, my happy like space. And this is a reminder that you're getting it, but I feel like you're struggling to get to this point just because of how it came out. You know, if the parenting card is the first card that comes out, and then this card comes out, and it's the happy ending card, but it's right after the parenting, which is what needs to be worked on at the moment. Like whether you're parenting your children, you're working on your parenting work, your parents' energy, whether they are here or not here, alive or not alive, like there's some energy that is like needed to be worked through, and it's holding you back from, or the lack of doing that work is holding you back from experiencing true happy ending. And you really are looking to let this go. It's just like, you're like, I feel that you're really tired this month, like tired of holding on to certain things. And so you're in a space of like, where is my happy ending? Like, what do I need to do to get this? Like and the thing is, part of what you need to do is not only experience it already within your field, but like really start looking at how you want to bring that into your life. What does that look like for you? What does the perfect ideal space look like for you, given the circumstances or not? You know, so the happy ending is good to appear right now, and there could be some happy endings that are taking place this month that are necessary for you to move into the next phase, okay? Now, if you want to reach that happy ending and you really want to work towards that you feel like, I haven't gotten there quite yet, the next card is the number 74, and it's nature. Nature. Again, like, the one thing I'm noticing here is that the 7 is coming up, 3 is coming up. And so this is more 3, because you got 63 and you got 93, okay? 63, 93. 63 being, or 6 being, you know, the internal, not internal, sorry. The domestic life, the family, the love, the relationships. And then 9 being closings, endings, you know. So the fact that these 2 are showing up is like, it's achievable, but it's in that area of where you want it, you know. Like your home life. And 3 is about expression. It's about joy. It's about creatively expressing yourself in a different manner. It's like communication. Like, it's about being able to communicate in a creative way around what it is you genuinely feel joy in, what it is you genuinely feel, you know, expansion in, how you want to grow in that sense. That's why happy ending is such a big card, you know. So in order to reach any of this, you need to step outside of the home and get in nature. I don't even care if it's in your backyard, front yard, sidewalk. go to a park, I'm getting tingles. Yes. So like nature, I'm getting a lot actually. Nature is where you're going to find that peace. You're going to achieve that sense of like sturdiness in your spirit by going into nature. If you want to know what the next steps are throughout this month, I would highly recommend taking time to go out in nature and really start like working your way through. You're in a 7 personal month. So that's internal work. That is more about internal change than it is external change, which means a lot of that is going to come from being in nature. 7 is about the spiritual. It's about the spiritual and physical, you know. So 4 is about where you get your grounding. That's your environment. So be in nature is calling for you. It's calling for you, okay? And then the last card is 77, spirituality. I mean, like literally, I feel like everybody has gotten this card. Because this is where, and the fact that you got it in this position, whereas other people have gotten it like in the beginning, a lot of people have gotten it in the beginning. But you got this as your last card, which means that if by the end of this month, it's really important that you establish another new sense of spirituality through these practices, through the practice of working with nature. I do feel like a lot of y'all are connecting on a different level. Your internal work will be defined through the spiritual practices that you implement in your life during this month. Okay. So, if you don't do the work, it will show. Okay. It will show. If you're not internally being in introspection through nature, you know, like you won't get the keys that you're looking for, if that makes sense. To have this as the last card, it means that there's some big spiritual transformation taking place. And in order to reach this, you have the keys to get there. You know what you need to focus on. You know what's in the forefront right now. Whatever it is, if you connect with it, let me know. But whatever it is around birthing a new idea or really healing from parenting wounds or working with your inner child or working with more children and being around more children or getting rid of children, like adults acting like children around you, whatever. That's in the forefront in the beginning. You'll see a lot of that right now, okay? But you're going to establish a whole new sense of spiritual self by the end of this month if you commit to the shift. If you commit to like following the call to go in nature. I don't even care if you're walking your dog. Allow that to be your time in nature and you're just like, you know what? I need to like speak to spirit in this sense. And that's where it starts, okay? So that's your energy for this month. Let's look at, oh, last message. Oh, okay. That's weird. I got 2 cards. But we'll take it. First card is number 31. Everyone is on their own journey. How can you focus more on your own path? How can you focus more on your own path? This is really good to know, especially with that parenting card coming out. It is showing a shift from, if we want to look at it in this sense, it's showing a shift in how you are connecting, like what's happening in your forefront. You may actually have a lot of issues going on with like family, or you could be seeing things that you don't align with when it comes to your family, parents, whatever. And that happy ending comes from you focusing on your own journey and not trying to forcibly push your thoughts on the other people, your code onto other people, but really looking at like, you know what, everyone's on their own journey and I actually can't really change that. I have to do what's best for me. And if you can figure out what's best for you through going through nature and by yourself, do it yourself. I mean, be safe, but do it yourself. So it's saying, how can you focus more on your own path? And I'm like, part 1, go into nature. Okay? I mean, look, it's just like floating. I'm really floating into the space. Okay. And then the next card that came out was the number 5. And it says to receive, you must release. What can you let go of? What do you want to receive? And I think it's interesting because this is the first group that got 2 of these cards that came out. But I think it's important that you recognize, like, In order to receive, you must release. And also it's talking about everyone is on their own journey. So what is it that you're holding on to that is not serving you and like it's stopping you from really tapping into your own spirit? This is the time to go inward and figure these things out. This is the time to journal on these. These are questions you need to ask yourself in a journal. How can you focus more on your own path? And what can you let go of? What do you want to receive? Don't do one or the other. Do both. Okay? So, I mean, it's the keys are there. The keys are there. May can be very chaotic, but it's going to be very insightful, especially for you. So use this time to be reflective and be in introspection and really start digging deep so that by the time you get to the end of your 7 month and you're moving into that 8 energy, you're re-energized, you've gotten rest, you learned something about yourself. Devote this month to like learning about yourself and understanding that, hey, I am walking my own path. Be your own main character. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that helps. But that's your message for May. I hope this helps. If you resonate with this, please let me know. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. And also, if you are interested in getting a personal reading, go ahead and click the link in the description box. As well, if you are looking at Dream Warrior Coaching, want to join, go ahead and click the link in the description box. And then also get your calendar. Get your calendar all in the description box. If you're leaving me here, thank you so much for being here. I hope you stick around. If not, thank you, and I will see you in the next video. But if you are staying here, like, they go. So we're moving on to the personal year number 3. Let me timestamp this. Timestamp. Okay, so we are at personal year number 3. Personal year number 3. All right. So if you are a personal year number 3, that means that you're in a personal month number 8. Number 8. Let's talk about the number 8. Let's get your messages. Let's talk about how that can really show up for you this month. Because you're in a 3 year, it is a year of expansion. It's a year of joy and a year of really, exploring creative avenues in that sense. And so with that being said, because the 3 can also just be really scattered at the same time. And so now that you've moved from the 7 energy. Please tell me, how was April for you? Are you really happy that April's over? But you were in like a space of really like doing a lot of introspection and also just feeling like you're doing a lot of internal work. And because you did a lot of internal work last month, this month is going to highlight high energy for you, and it's going to bring about new ideas, new things that you're trying to foster, and it's going to allow you to really move in a direction that is going to make you that main character. It's that main character energy. It's that taking the risk energy. It's that I have so many ideas and I want to move on it. Like, there's going to be a lot here. So I'm really excited to see what that looks like. 8 is a number of manifestation, number of karma, number of abundance, prosperity, risk, money. And do not get confused with, like, when people be like, oh my God, the 8 energy is like money. I'm about to make a bunch of money, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Call it in. However, just as much as you can make money, you can lose it. Okay. Money ain't just money you getting it. It's also money you can lose too. So pay attention to the risk that you take. Okay. Pay attention to what comes in, because what goes around comes around. And that's the infinity of infinite opportunities, just like infinite risk, infinite loss, infinite gratitude, infinite like greatness. Okay. So just pay attention to that energy. So you can't look at the 8 energy and think it's one way. when you really don't acknowledge the other ways, okay? So, or the other sides of it, if that makes sense. So, let's look at these cards, because the 8 and like 8 and 5, oh wow. 8 and 5 is really they're like really powerful numbers, so you know, just know it's gonna be a lot of energy. Golly. And if you have some new ideas and new creative ideas, like this would be a good time to really start harnessing that energy. So what we got for our person on your number 3s? Is it 2, 3? Oh, come on, guys. Wait, let's do this again. I'm not taking all of that. Come on, let's get it together. Like, come on, man. Messages for what's okay. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, here's what I get. Let's look at that. Interesting. So the first card that came out for you was the number 6. And it's love, 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 makes the world go round. Number 6 is the love card. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes that 8 energy can bring in that essence of love, okay? Because, you know, things are manifesting. If you actually start, like, because 8 is a number of manifestation, okay? So what if you've been trying to manifest that in your life, don't be surprised. Because here's the thing. If you listen to the collective energy, I've talked about how we're in the space of meeting new people, okay? It's going to be a lot of energies. You don't have to, like, force anything, okay? Just know that it's there, and the spirit is bringing people into each other's lives in a sense, mostly because we really do need it. So don't be surprised if you find that there's another sense of like love or romantic interest in that sense. And some of y'all can feel right now, you're like, oh, that's the last thing I'm thinking about. But then some of you are like, ooh, okay, well, you know, I don't dive too deep into the love aspect. However, the way it shows up is that there is a possibility of like connecting with someone on a romantic level. But I just feel like there's some struggles there around like stability and how it may show up for you in this life right now, or in your current life at the moment. It just kind of feels like you're really focused on matching your stability with the quality of relationships that you're having in your life, if that makes sense. That's what it feels like. So with that being said, I do feel like there's like some energy around the right people coming into your life in that sense. Now, it does feel like the last month was kind of tough. Oh, excuse me. It does feel like it was kind of tough for you. It feels like, I feel like there was like a sense of hopelessness that was happening. Really push and pull around wanting to be around people, but not wanting to be around them enough because you were kind of struggling with like maybe finances, struggling with circles that weren't really, there's like a change in your circle. That's what it felt like. Or there's relationship changes that was taking place and you were experiencing that on a deeper level, and so it could have been very difficult for you. Let me know if that resonates with you. I don't know if that resonates with you or not, but yeah, it just kind of is like, dang, I really went through some stuff. Whatever it is you went through, it's gonna be okay. Now, here's the thing. Your focus needs there's redirection that's taking place. You're in an 8 personal month, meaning there's a level of spiritual and independent wisdom that comes with the 8 energy, okay? Which means, you know, with 8 energy, sometimes people can feel like very like wanting to get on a high horse in a sense really quickly. And so if you're not feeling stable enough to do it, like that 8 energy kind of comes in and highlights it a little bit, but it's going to call out things that you need to be working through, okay? So the next card that you had got was the number 4, which is perseverance. Now, I do feel like whatever happened last month during the Universal 4 month, it's really like you're holding on to it. It feels like you're holding on to whatever happened. And this could be in the realm of love and relationships. It could be in your friendships, but it has some type of ship, okay? It's like whatever happened to you, it is like, I just feel this whole energy of like, dang. Some of you have lost, like, I wouldn't even say of loss, but like there has been a loss of like needing to grieve who you used to be, grieve what connection used to exist, and like how you still are showing up in that connection or not showing up in that connection anymore. It's very interesting that that's coming up right now. But the perseverance card is really showing that like you have to believe that you're persevering. And the way that it's showing up in this position, in a sense, is that you're not believing that you can get through it. And that's where it's like, you have to keep going. You have to keep going through it. That 7 energy that you just came from during a Universal 4 month, that be hitting hard. You know, it hits hard. So you're coming out of that internal energy throughout this month of being like very introspective and very reflective and being very inward, and you're coming out of that. However, this perseverance card is just a reminder that you still can persevere, and you will. You just got to believe it, but there's a blockage there. Now, how do you get past this blockage? One, is no longer a blockage. I'm calling that into existence. We're not doing that. We ain't go ahead. We're not gonna be doing that. You're in an 8 personal month. Ain't no blockages. We just gonna make it work, okay? So the next card that you got was the number 78, which is spiritual career. Now you are the second group that got this spiritual career card in the same position. So like the spiritual career card is calling for you to focus on the spiritual career. If you want to get past this perseverance and really work your tail off to really bounce back, you know, what's that song with Big Sean? Last night took a L, but tonight I bounce back. But tonight I bounce back. It's literally about you getting into the spiritual career. Now, you, just like similar to the other group, I can't remember which one it was, but it is very much like you need to tap in. And I said in the forecast, in my calendar, and in the collective energy, that the healers, the practitioners, the helping professionals, we are the ones who are needed during this month right now. And if you were questioning whether you were worthy of doing this work, you are being called to follow the path. You are following your path down to your spiritual journey and to the spiritual career. If you were thinking like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know, this is your confirmation that this is what actually is needed for you to persevere, to get up and move and do that and get that. It's like you're moving into, and also there's like another level of that love card that came out. Like right now, it's just like finding that love within yourself again, finding the love around you, but not allowing this like fear of moving through or fear of not being able to persevere stop you. And the way that you can do that is focusing on your spiritual career. Now, whatever it is that you're doing, there's a calling for it. Don't think that because it's so saturated, what everyone is doing all these things, like, I mean, that you won't be seen or you won't be known or who cares? Like, the people who will find you are the ones who need to find you. And there's people that's finding, okay? This 8 energy is perfect for spiritual career. Perfect for spiritual career. Come on now. Let me give you an example. I started Queens with Lit Dreams during my personal 8 year. it's a perfect time to really start diving into it. That 5 energy is going to give you the passion, but the 5 of May energy, 5 is going to give you that passion, is going to give you that drive. But your 8 energy is where your direction is going to be, and that's a spirit-led direction. So allow to be the CEO of your life and decide to tap into what you're being called to. So that spiritual career is no joke. Get on it. Get on it. I'm excited. Last card that you got was number 57, which is teaching and learning. And the fact that this card came, this is not this first, this another group got this card too. But like the fact that this card came out in the last one, that, I mean, as like your last card, it really feels like throughout this month, you're utilizing all of your experiences, your focus into your spiritual career, and the lessons you've learned, and you've actually persevered, and you've learned powerful lessons. You're going to take that and allow yourself to really start looking into how you can attribute this to other people, or like attribute your lessons into the world in that sense. So bringing your lessons that you've learned throughout the past months, years, whatever, and start helping people by teaching them. I actually see, like, I mean, you're in a personal year 3, so therefore there's a lot of mental capacity for learning. There's a lot of mental capacity for teaching. And so teaching and learning, although it's like 57, it's the number 7, that even though that's that energy, 3 means you're expanded your capacity to do that for other people. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're teaching workshops, if you're hosting retreats, or you're doing something where you're teaching and supporting other people during these times right now. And we really do need it. So don't hold back, because people are really are looking for you. And even if I had to tell myself that, even if you're not a lot of people watch my videos or whatever the case is, the people who need to see it will see it. You're watching it right now, this is for you. So I love that this is like the last one, 57, teaching and learning. That means you really overcome a lot of things. Don't be surprised if that's what you're moving into as far as like spiritual career, working together with somebody, so. Let's see. Let's get one last message for you. Oh, come on. The cards have been like falling this whole time. I'm not understanding why. What's going on? Jeez. Let's get one card, please. One card, please. One card, please. For my personal year 3s. Got you. And you got the number 39. You are the truth seeker, awakening, actualizing, transcending. How can you invite more grace to guide you? Look at her falling. She's like, okay, wait, let's see if you can we. There we go. There we go. Like, she's literally like, I'm falling into a pile of flowers and flower petals into the universe. Like, literally, you are the truth seeker, which is actually, it goes exactly with the teaching and learning card. Like, you're actualizing, you're awakening, you're transcending. This is a powerful card to have, because now it's like you're actually falling into this newness of your career, a new space, a new opportunity. This is, for it to be your 8th month during a 5 universal month, it is really important that you take hold, grab onto it, and really just ease your way down this path with grace. Ease your way down. Like, now that you know that that's what you need to be focusing on right now, and how you're going to create more grace into your life through your spiritual work and being able to like show up and teach other people and help other people, is because people are looking for you. 8s are the leaders. 8 energy is leader energy, just like 1 energy is, but then you look at it and it's like, you have to take a risk on yourself. And this is literally taking the risk of literally falling into your purpose. Okay. So how can you invite more grace to guide you? How can you invite more grace to guide you? I would highly recommend journaling on this. Sleeping with that question, go ahead and write it down in a piece of paper, fold it up towards you because you want to invite more grace, and then put it up underneath your pillow. Sleep with it until you get the answer that you're looking for. Not even that you're looking for, but the answer that the spirit realm is giving you, the dream realm is giving you, okay? Ask your guides to support you in that. Otherwise, like, I mean, I'm really ready to see what this 8 personal month is going to look like for you. Let me know in the comments. If you resonate with this, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let me know if this resonates, period. Okay? Like, I want to know. And also, if you're interested in getting a personal reading with me, my link is in the description box, as well as the Dream Warrior coaching program that's starting this month. Look at that into the description box. And then also, yeah, like, if you're sticking around with me, stick around. We're going to do some more reading, or at least one more. And then, if not, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate y'all. Don't forget to get your calendar in the description box. And then we just go from there. All right, so that is my messages for my personal year number 3s. And last but not least, we got personal year number 4. And let me see. All right, personal year number 4s. What's that? What's that? 4s, yo, like, if you're in a personal year number 4, that means your personal month is number 9. You're in a personal month number 9. So, here's the deal. Let's talk about the personal month number 9. Now, here's the thing. As you may already know, maybe you don't know, the 9 is the end of the cycle. 9 is the end of the cycle. We are in a universal 9 year, so we are already in some ending cycles right now. And then you have your personal month energy, which is 9, with the universal month energy, which is 5. Now, here's the thing. Change is sparking quickly over in your area, okay? Because you're in a personal year number 4, the change can activate in your space of environment. It can be in, like, your circles. It can be in your foundations, like things that you truly believed and you realize are not what works for you anymore, which means the same people that you're around may not be the same things that you were working towards anymore. You won't be around them that much anymore. There could be a shift in, like, your relationships. It could be a shift in your career, in a sense. It's a lot of shifting that's happening because that 5 and 9 energy are really going to be pulling hand in hand, because, like, closing doors, changing from the heart, freedom seeking, exploration, that's that 5 energy. But change, looking at things from a bigger perspective with the 9 energy, looking at things from an eagle eye. I would say in the midst of closing doors and changing your life, in a sense, it is important that you're looking at it from a larger perspective so that you can understand that what's in front of you is that's not the focus. What's around you and what's the goal is where the focus should be, okay? What's in front of you, okay. That came out quickly. So let's get some messages for you, because that 9 energy is real. 9, 9, 9. 9. Oh, okay. 9, 9. Oh, okay. Huh. All right. Let's say. I'm just saying. All right. So if you hear, you hear. All right. Okay. So the first card that came out was the number 9, completion. That is ironic, of course. You're in a 9 personal month, which means that this is a month of completion. It's about, you're really in a space of wrapping some stuff up. And given that you're in a 4 year, you're pretty serious about this. Or it's a very serious energy around this. So like needing to wrap things up, complete the cycles that are needing to be completed. Okay. If you haven't wrapped it up, this is a good time to wrap it up. Let it go. Move on. For some people, I am getting that you're like really holding on to harsh conversations that were held, or like conversations that were held by people, and you were really, it's like really kind of butthurt about something. Like it's just like but it's like closing one door so that another door can open. That's what's necessary right now, So but the completion card is like the energy that you're going to be in, especially the beginning of this month. Okay. I mean, it's the 9 energy. And when this card comes up, it's not only showing that you are wrapping up cycles, but it's like you have something to really celebrate for completing something. You get what I'm saying? To completing a task, a spiritual task, a physical task, an emotional task, whatever it is. It's like completion is there, However, the next card that came out was the number 91, which is surrender, and you're not the only ones who got this card. Now, the thing is like the fact that it came out in this position means that you haven't really done it yet, which means that you also are like, though you're wrapping things up, you really do need to wrap it up. And the thing is, it's not because you aren't willing to wrap it up. It's because you're still attached to an outcome. Now, I am going to say for some of y'all, this has to do with like a connection that you have, that you're like, I know it's time for me to let it go, but I'm having a hard time like releasing it because I had this vision in my head of what it was supposed to be or where I thought I would be in this time in my life, and I'm not there. And so what it is, you're trying to control the outcome versus surrendering to the outcome, surrendering to the universe. And that's where this is starting to come in. This is asking you to surrender and literally give it up to the universe. It's above me, okay? It's above me now. So it's really asking you to do these things. It's really asking you to really start moving in the direction of allowance and acceptance and removing those obstacles out of your way. And the thing is like, in order to really focus on what it is that you're needing right now, and during this 5 energies, as far as the month goes, 5 energy is about changing. It's about changing. So in order to really work on the surrendering aspect, the next card you got really is the number 26, which is love partnership. So this has to do with a love connection. The advice here. Now, there's different things that are coming up. I do feel that there's someone coming in. It could be a love partnership coming in. Because this month, a lot of people are going to be meeting a lot of people. Y'all going to be meeting people. That's the one thing I did see this whole month for the collective, is that connections are being made. People are coming in, and you're finding soul partnerships, soul tribes. And although it may be on a soul level, it may not be a forever level in that sense. But then it may be. You never know. However, this has a lot to do with like what you're holding on to. And so it has this love connection that's coming through in this card, particularly, or partnership in this card, is like you're not allowing yourself to fully be in the state of releasing because you're attached to what this love partnership should look like. Release attachment and allow this partnership to come in and really explain, not even explain, but kind of present to you and show you what needs to be released. Because I do feel like focusing on here, for some reason, it's very interesting because like you're in a 4-year, which makes sense. It makes sense because you're also like, you're consolidating. You're cutting loose ends. And that includes the relationships that you really was working hard on. You was working real hard to keep that relationship. I'm gonna be honest. I do feel this right now. It's like you are keeping, and for a group of y'all, keeping this relationship and not realizing that it's actually what's holding you back. And that completion of the cycle is like really learning about how to cater to self. You won't even be able to recognize any new partnerships if you're keeping on, like holding on to this old one. And just so you know, you do deserve better. You will receive better. You just have to believe it. And you also have to know, like, hey, this ain't working. Somebody's going to get assigned this month around a love partnership, even rather is someone coming in to show, like, to kind of present to you that you also are worthy of receiving that. You're more than worthy of receiving that. You've been getting the bare minimum. You can let it go. But whether someone's coming in or there's a new level of this connection that is worth exploring, so that you can start learning a little bit more about what it is that you're needing to take care of in yourself, or you need to like release, or ideas about a relationship you need to release. I don't know. So it just feels like an attachment, or like holding on to this idea of what the relationship should have been. And because it's not that, you're trying to make it that, and you're actually missing out on a really good relationship that can come in for you. But the more you focus on how you are releasing and surrendering through the act of love through your relationships, the more you're going to get. I hope that makes sense. It just kind of feels like there's two different groups here. One that's holding on, both holding on to something, but then like one is holding on to that one relationship and it's just not like working out. And so it's hard to surrender to it because you're not able to really fully experience what love can bring you. And then the other group is kind of like somebody else is coming in. And so it's going to show why you would even need to let something go, because you deserve to have it. But like, if you focus on this, and it'll be easier for you to let go. It's interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's like a lot of information around this. And for that to happen during like your 4-year, just expect the unexpected. That's all I'm gonna say. Your ability to look at your foundational love practices or love language is going to change, by the way. So just be prepared for that. And then the last card you got was the number 93. And I love that it came out this way. It's the happy ending card. Happy ending. So that also is just showing like happy ending can be many things. It can be happy ending to a connection that you had, a happy ending to some type of relationship, some type of connection. It looks like right now what it is like a relationship. But like that happy ending is really going to bring about a full experience of newness to you. And you're gonna, and it's great that it came at the end, because now you did the work, girl. You did the work. Okay. The work is done as far as like being able to complete. To start off with the completion, figuring out that you're struggling with surrendering fully, and like focusing on the new love partnership, or your ideas around love and connection with people, and finding love partnership through your tribe, your soul tribe or whatnot. The ending makes it so much more worth it, because you actually were like really processing. There's so many 9s here. It's like 9, 91, 93. You know, like that energy is very much there. So you're going to be moving into a 1 personal month next month. So you really do want to have that 9 energy, wrap it up, happy ending, experiencing that, and know that you're going to get through it. Know that it's worth it. Know that this is where you're heading towards the end of the month. Okay? So let's get some extra messages. Let's get another card for my personal year number 4s. Thing is, your 4 year, you start asking the real questions around like, what do you need in your life? and how do you want to experience it? And if you're not getting it, then you consolidate. You move into a different space that fits your box. So just know that this is part of it. This is part of the journey. Okay. And you got the number 41. Gratitude is the life force of peace. What are you thankful for? I love to see it. I love to see it. It's a great reminder of this process. And so it's very important to remember this, because gratitude is the life force of peace. If you want to create more peace in your life, you also have to experience gratitude and through the process of releasing and completing old cycles, and be grateful for those cycles. Be grateful for, like, or express gratitude for the lessons you're learning in your relationships right now. This is a beautiful thing. It's just like, what are you thankful for? Instead of being like in that frequency of or no, or be in a space of just like, you know what, I'm just very grateful to have experienced this, and I'm very grateful to, you know, be able to live another day. Like, even the small things, I am grateful to wake up in the morning. I have gratitude for my friendships, my love, my personality, like who I am. Like, it would be very helpful for every morning this month to be sitting there thinking about like what you're grateful for. Because you have to remind yourself this, and it helps you actually surrender a lot more. Because you're like, you know, when have I ever not made it through? I'm still here. Everything is okay. New people come into my life. I'm very excited about that. So, I hope this message resonated with you. This is a great message to have, along with having the happy ending card at the end of this at the end of this reading. I mean, I really do feel like things are going to work out in your favor, and I do feel that you're just needing to process it a little bit into the completion phase, and get ready, because once that door closes, another one will open. I mean, and then boom, there you go. You got it. You got it. So, hope you resonate with this message. I am very happy that you stuck around. If you did stick around, I am excited to see what happens for you this month. Do not get caught up in the wind of things, and just, you know, stay sturdy in who you are, and let that completion be what it is that you need to be. Okay? Surrender to the experience of life, and be grateful for it. So, if you resonate with this message, go ahead and make sure you put a comment in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with somebody who you feel like can resonate with this. And then if you want a personal reading with me, go ahead and click the link in the description box. Also, definitely check out the Dream Warrior coaching program, which is also in the description box, and get your calendar. I mean, like, at this point, you have nothing else to lose besides more, you know, sanity. So yes, if you stuck around with me this whole time, thank you so much. It really does make a difference for me to experience this with y'all and share this with y'all. So if you are with me, thank you so much. Share this with other people. Let me know what else you would like to see. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. And happy May. May the 4th be with you. All right, y'all. Take care.